What is your interview style? What are you asking me? I'm not you. What the fuck do I know? Can I talk?
Anyway, my interview style is.
Well,
No,
I don't
want to
go to APAC yet. I want to. We still have one more team that
Very
debuted this
poised,
season, this week. Sorry,
dignified,
and it's a team that did incredibly well. It's the Washington Justice.
How about a young
I think
Oprah?
Right?
I think it was.
What if Oprah what if Oprah was still like skipping in the fucking hood where she came from? Yeah, and that's
I think I still have
there.
over the course
Yeah.
of the whole season.
I've never
But
whether
like-
they're gonna live up to.
Is that a tech? You're having a technical
superstar
issue with your
kind of
sound.
status that has been
you're mature enough not
They
to
look
be
damn good here.
that, but she
Maybe
probably
so,
was that
but
mature
maybe
at
it's
that
just me.
point.
I can still hear you.
Like-
It doesn't bother me.
They did.
Hello?
They looked really good. Wait,
You're like a child
I'm gonna
Oprah.
put my beanie
Yeah.
back.
In the game against Washington.
Gobi goes like a child Oprah.
I'm fine now.
Oh yeah. Oh, I could.
Let's talk about this game a bit. Let's do a bit of a deep dive into this game because I know that Jonathan was. You
Hila
said it was
is
your match of
working.
the
She is
season
getting
so
the
far,
cheddar.
better than Houston Shot.
As I presume, I never met child Oprah like fucking.
You know, like the excitement.
Get that
of
over
doing
fucking out of the
everything,
way.
You can
you
wear
know,
since
like,
2017.
people going crazy
TeddyFresh.com.
about.
And
you know,
she
the
is being a
gameplay story
CEO.
itself,
A big owl
in terms of
shot.
the
She got a
gameplay,
huge
like,
CEO
how
cock.
fearless and Mag played Winston.
Would you
Personally,
suck on that
I
cock?
really enjoyed seeing these
Definitely,
teams
for
the way they
sure.
approached
I sucked on
Overwatch because
that
they just
cock.
approached Overwatch
Oh,
different
yes.
I sucked
from the other
on that
teams.
We
cock.
love it.
None of that like
Yes,
Reinhardt,
ma'am.
like slam balance bullshit.
I
None
love
of that
her.
like trying to
She's such a
int into the enemy backline, just like dive and go
warrior.
crazy about it. Just seeing how they
Deal with
tactically
you
took positions on the map, like that Gibraltar map,
know
where
what
they're
I
like
mean?
sneaking
You
on the
have to
high
wake
ground.
up with
It takes
you.
like a minute,
Every
15
single
seconds to
day.
like set up the first
Wow.
dive of the match. It's
Right,
ridiculous.
yeah,
It
no, I
takes
feel the
so
same
long,
way.
But they are so
I
thorough.
feel the same
they do
exact
everything
way,
so
you know.
detail oriented and so slow.
It kind of reminds me of that old
there's a
joke. It's
beauty
like
in that.
the
Like,
only
they just-
the only problem with
it-
Hila
I mean,
is that I
it's
would never I could
incredibly
hardly
complex.
respect a woman
Like,
who would want to marry
I
me.
admire that. As a main tank player,
a
the fact that
paradox.
these Winston players average like 1.5 minutes alive per life, or like 2 minutes per life.
But that's the only
That's
thing.
absurd. Like,
That's
they
the
stay
only
alive
thing I
for
don't
so
like
long,
about her is that she
the way
would be
they,
willing to marry someone
navigate
like me. It's
momentum
like,
in the
oh,
fights,
okay, fair
engage,
enough.
disengage, manage your cooldowns. It's just crazy. So, yeah,
I wanna
I love
know.
watching this matchup because
Yeah?
they're just
Wait,
on
tell me
a
more.
different
What were you
level
gonna
and they
say?
think differently about
Oh.
Well, I was just saying,
think
other
differently
than that,
about
she's
Overwatch.
perfect.
I just loved watching this match.
Aw.
Is it
Incredible.
You
is it
guys
a
are
hot
so-
take
you
to
guys
say
are
that
cute
Fearless has been the
together.
best main tank of Overwatch League so far?
Yeah, she's
Because
amazing. I love her.
bloody
Phil,
believe
You have
it.
Shredder on your desk. That's awesome.
Unbelievable,
Yeah.
man.
I think
So good.
he's been better than every main tank that he's come up against, even in the games where he's ended up losing. He's looked like a fucking freak.
What
And
are the candidates? Smurf?
I
I
guess
mean, well, we're talking about the entirety of Overwatch League, so
Smurf
you'd have to have
Gaga.
like
Yeah.
Mono and
Gaga
also
and
Gaga.
Mono.
Urban Evolution.
But
I mean, I would say in terms of like
Draw
volunteer
3 cards.
it's hard to
You may play an additional land this
he's had the
turn.
most direct impact. I mean, he literally
Simlet
broke a record in
released
this match.
more. Other
So, like,
crisis
I went back and took a look at this game.
experience.
Here, he
to-
could be on the
They
desk, sitting on the
require
desk.
new habits.
Because I fell asleep watching
Allow
because
at
I don't know
expense
why.
Shredder
of the
is
locals.
3 years
Watching it,
old, or almost
with
3 years
Beth
old, which is
instead
so
of doing a
crazy because
companion
he's like
stream
our
or
first
anything, and I
baby,
just
you
fell
know.
asleep
Yeah.
on
We
the
got him when
sofa.
he was.
So I was like,
old,
oh
and
fuck
now
it, I'll have to go
he's
back and rewatch this game. So I did it in the
treasure.
replay viewer.
He's the
Fearless
treasure.
in the first portion of this
I
game.
want
Yeah.
a dog so bad.
Mag was holding this primal
Oh
rage
well, why don't you get one?
up until the
Because,
very,
well,
very end, and he got
They
nothing done with
take
his
things.
first
I
primal
need
at
to be
all. So
responsible. I need to
Fearless
take
had
care
used
of them, and I
5
don't have
primal
enough
rages to
personal
Mag's
assistants
1
to
useless
take
primal
care of
rage.
them.
The- 5
Yeah,
primals
big
to
commitment
1
for sure. And you
at
seem
the
super
first
busy,
half of the map.
super
That is
committed to everything going on here.
unbelievable. Like the
want
pace
to
that
feel
Dallas were playing at
fulfilled.
in
I'm
terms
so
of stacking nanos onto him as quickly
Do you
as
have a
possible.
do you have a
and, like,
boyfriend?
That being their
I have a
central plan and
vibrator.
how decisive and like proactive
Well-
Dallas
Got two.
was
Oh, you have 2.
another was like next level. It was actually fucking
So
bananas.
how do you decide?
I-
How do you
I was-
decide which one
yeah,
to
It
use?
was just insane. Also, though, I feel
Well,
like the
Max is
backlines in
definitely
this match,
bigger.
when I went back and reviewed it,
Wait, what's
did
its
nothing.
name? What is it
Like
he
this
called?
is 2
Max.
weak backlines going up against
Max
each other.
is
compared
bigger,
to
and then what's
level
the
I
of
think
other one?
Rappel had an okay, like at least when he was
Ma-
playing the
Max
mono,
and
like,
Dom?
his antis
Tom.
were very good.
Oh, Max.
They
and
had
Tom.
some.
So Max
they had
is
some
bigger.
decent
So like
offensive
when,
anti
so some days
but
you're
I
just
mean,
feeling like
specifically
it's
when
a
I'm talking
big
about them
day.
getting pressured by
I
the
think-
traces, by the Winstons, and they're forced
Some
to
other days,
act
you know, I feel more like a
defensively and
lady,
you know
and that's why
either hit a
that's when I
sleep
get
or
Tom.
reposition themselves really well, or they're trying to find
happening?
timings to
Is
get
that Tom
bashes and
or
stuff.
Matt?
Nah,
Fearless
nah,
didn't
my
get
friend decided to
CC'd
give
once.
me some
He had
men. You know, because I was talking about how lonely I am.
9 primal
They're
rages,
very
and he
kind.
didn't get slept once.
Would
He
you
didn't
like
get
to take one
grabbed
home?
once, and he doesn't. I mean, there's no EMP
Sure,
for
I'd
him
love
to have
one
to
of
worry
those.
about either.
They're dead,
and
but
that to me
I
is
love
just
one of those.
yeah.
kind of wild.
Okay, I'll give them all
And it's
to
not
you.
like it's-
all right, all of them. They can
It's not like you
all
would
be
expect it every
yours.
time.
You can
Send
share
them
For it
with
to
over.
not
I'll
happen
make videos.
once in
You
a
have
game
to
where he
share
gets
with
16
Mila.
primal kills and
Mhm.
9 primal rages.
For
Yeah,
sure.
how are you
is
not?
Tell me,
bonkers.
who
How are you
your
not hitting
favorite
sleeps on that? I mean, yeah,
YouTubers
sometimes
now?
it's a little bit
And
difficult if they're like
then-
wilding out and they're just jumping around all over the place. But like,
He was just. I mean, you can either
I
credit
mean,
him for his movement
James
because his
Charles is
movement
my
and his
favorite
timing was
currently.
immense, but
Yeah.
Bebe was also
That's
just
sarcasm.
Hi,
wasting his sleeps, and then
sister.
sometimes
James Charles is
oh,
my
not all the
current
time,
favorite
but
because
occasionally he was wasting his sleeps.
can
And sometimes he
basically
was just
send pictures of his
missing them.
penis to a
And just he
16-year-old
would get into a situation
still
where
collaborate
he's trying to
with
fire the sleep as
the
he's
biggest
like already
YouTubers,
getting juggled by Fearless because
online
he didn't
today.
anticipate
So
him
he's my
coming
favorite
towards
because
him.
he is
And it
so
just ends up with-
impenetrable.
Yeah, Bebe,
Like-
essentially just being
Not
farmed
well,
in
you know,
this
he's
game.
penetrable. He's
But
very
it made-
penetrable. Apparently,
It just made an
yeah.
incredible main
He's
tank
my
performance
favorite.
look even more incredible because the
Have
backlines
you
couldn't
been
do anything to stop it.
penetrated recently?
I
Not recently.
I mean,
I
I'm
have
pretty much
taken
that
a finger in my
that
butt in my
pretty much
life,
goes
though.
to my point, anyways. Of, like, I
As
thought
we
Bebe
all
and
have. I
Closer were
mean,
gonna be
certainly.
kind of meh. They do look kind of meh
I mean,
still. I think
you've taken
they
a
look
finger in your
fine,
butt.
but
I have taken
it's
several
hard
of
not to
them.
look
I've taken more
fine
than a
when
finger on my
your
butt.
DPS line and tank
Oh,
line is
really?
giving
Well,
you
there you go.
infinite like
Yeah, good
space.
for you.
and,
Still
like,
unknown.
potential,
And so,
you know?
have
Probably
you taken
fucking
Like,
a
as
God
long as
knows.
the
real
mid-table
question?
support,
No,
Well, I do know
it's
the
not.
finger is
that'll be
welcome
good. And
in
that's
the
what
right
it's
timing.
It's
So,
how- because you have so much space.
from a lady
my
and myself.
Yeah,
So,
I've been dry.
And my
I
lady.
still need to see more from
Fine.
Bebe Closer.
So-
I agree with Jaws actually in that repel.
There you go, no time.
Do you get
fine on the
Yes.
Ana,
Fine.
which made
Do
it
you get-
even
I mean,
weirder that
you get
Dallas
lots
was
of,
so used to
apparently
build rotation
why.
around
Is
him
it hard to
by
meet men
sizing
because you're
their
so
backlines
busy and you're
every
online? Like,
fucking
what is your
map
dating life
for
like? Like, how do you meet
seemingly
people?
no reason
Is your-
and have
are you
Fielder now play
working
Ana
all the
instead of
time?
back when Fielder's
Do you-
back.
are you on
Have
Tinder
Fielder
and all
play
that?
Lucio,
I am doing
for Christ's sake.
boyfriend
I don't know what the I
applications.
like I'm
The Havana
I don't
Oh,
know
is that what you were
what's
doing
going
before I
on
came on?
with the
Yes,
Dallas backline.
that
but
is
it
how
still
I
feels
find my
wild.
boyfriend.
It feels wild what's happening.
I mean, sorry.
Internet,
Dog
and
pass.
like a
I want to see
job.
something because it doesn't make any sense. It just simply doesn't make
Listen,
any
that's
sense.
as good as
It
any.
doesn't
You know,
make any sense.
we've done that.
But overall, I have to say Justice
We've
looked-
done that here
I
on
mean,
this show, and
the
it's
amount of
worked
talent they
every
have,
time. I'm not
also,
joking. We've
I
done
thought
it
it was
twice.
strange that they
and
didn't play
both
the
times it
K's.
resulted
Hey,
in
leave
lockdown.
the dreams in the dream world, hey.
So they
They didn't play the
started
K's
out.
Sorry?
very often.
For you?
First map they ran Assassin.
No,
Fuck.
not for me. We have
yeah.
and I assume
Ian,
that that's
one
because
of our
on one of
crew
the
members
stages
here
they want to run
found
Assassin
his
on
girlfriend who
Sombra as
moved
well.
cross country to
Because they
be
had a
with him.
Sombra
They're
Reaper
currently
map that they
living
wanted to run on
together, and
Ilios,
in
right,
love
against Dallas.
happened on our
because they wanted to
show
run, like, the Lucio
during a
Moira.
dating.
They don't go hand in
situation.
hand.
Ended up just playing McCree most of the time.
Also,
a lot
Tricky
of
Yeah,
it.
was
it's
now
nothing
engaged to my
fucking-
brother-in-law happened the
Yeah.
same way.
I got no memories of Eddie Love.
And I wish you all the best.
That's why I don't masturbate much if you ever need to know. So now I do, and now I fucking have nights where I have a fucking hard on all night long.
I mean, listen,
I can't rub it out because you're not here.
If you're happy
But
being
Jerry was
single,
another
I don't mean to
player where
push
I
or
feel like
anything. If
has
you're
a
happy
lot
being
of
single, then God
potential.
bless.
He
You know, I'm not
just
trying
needs
to.
turn his brain on,
I'm not trying
you
to
know? Like,
control
as
your
soon as
life
they
or
mold
anything.
his
Just saying
brain
that it can
into
work.
the same shape
I
as
just
his
want dick.
like hands and the ability to click.
Well, then
He's
that
gonna be a
should be
really
no
good
problem
player.
to find.
You know
And,
that
like-
the most efficient shape for
Right.
a brain is not the
Probably.
same as your hand.
Which
Well, I mean, technically, if you put your
YouTuber
hands
or
like
anybody
this, it's
was
kinda
your
like a brain.
favorite
That's like a
that you
brain.
know?
Kind of like a
All
brain,
of the
you know? It's
wrinkles.
sort of
That the
weird.
size of your
Interview.
brain.
I mean,
Like,
maybe,
if you
yeah,
do
but
that
there's,
with your
I mean,
hand.
and then in fact, if anything, there'd be more ridges, right? There'd be a lot of ridges because the
This
fingers.
is a vast brain, and this is when it's working. It's like, woo.
Oh, you know what? I would
Opens
So
say
I mean, I actually didn't
I
find that
I think
wild
Mr. Beast
for,
is
like,
the
start of the
coolest
season,
of all
but
time, and
it
I'm
was
really
just
happy he
odd
came on the
because,
show.
like, it wasn't the
So
optimal
that
lineup
was
necessarily
cool.
because you would expect Decay to just
He's
like,
like
come out and
he's
hyper-pound on Creed too.
non-controversial. He's super
Yeah.
nice. He does the
I was
coolest
impressed with
shit.
Justice.
Like you can't
I
say
think
anything
there-
bad
I
about
actually-
him. You know
I
he's
know
a
Justice
sweet guy.
fans,
All his
I got
dudes are
heckled by Philly
happy.
fans. I
It's
got
just like
heckled by
all good
Justice
vibes
fans.
and good
I've been
content.
heckled by a
So
lot of
I
fans
stand
already
Mr. Beast.
because I didn't automatically rate them as the best.
Awesome.
I'm gonna say it like Fusion fans.
Yeah,
Okay,
he's
they
awesome.
You win.
Do you think
okay?
I'm a wholesome
Justice fans, you
streamer
don't win
too?
yet. I'm not caving yet on you.
I
guys.
do
won't,
actually.
because
I don't
still
see
think
anything
there's,
not
like,
wholesome
lots
about
of
you. You seem
weaknesses to
genuine.
this team.
You seem straightforward
they're
and
a bit
nice and
janky.
caring, and you really
I mean,
obviously
they
care so
kinda
much about your
fucking
craft and your
trolled
work.
versus
So
Titans in their
I would
second
definitely
match.
put you in
They
that
kind of
camp.
just straight trolled.
Sorry, my
So-
chat's
Yeah.
being a dick.
Right.
I mean,
Guys.
we're
Okay, I don't
playing
mind.
on rush composition.
No.
Do we want to move
I
on to
like
that?
to know.
Yeah, let's talk about that game as well.
Because
Oh, okay.
yeah, because I
flowing.
mean, their rush was no. I was surprised
Yeah. Okay.
that
Yeah.
Dallas didn't
He's
try
gonna
to
be in
force
trouble for not
Reinhardt
saying.
comps
What
on
the hell is that?
Eichenwalde more.
I don't know what
But I
that
suppose
means.
they were scared of like
Sorry, my
assassins or
chat
someone like
is-
flexing over to
I don't know what they're
some
doing.
Chengdu like composition
What?
where they play like
I
a
saw
far and do
people you
more
would have on your
like I don't
podcast.
know those kind of like heroes.
I want to
Oh,
see.
so-
I want to see play your main tank. I want to see play your main tank on these levels, and Reinhardt's there,
Like sometimes we have
basically, or not. Like figure it out.
Yours was really
Well, I can vote. Reinhardt's there on one team, please. But it's like, what do you roll out with, boys? And it's like fucking, yeah, Reinhardt's real good.
Control center. Like
It's
it was
just-
just holy
yeah,
shit.
I just-
Or Winston, basically, like,
Well, he died.
or
Yeah.
Sigma, Symmetra, if I can show up. Like,
Yeah, I mean, when you
Especially when you
Assassin
make
was
that
going to be really
face.
good. But in general,
It's
when Washington
so
Justice started playing
adorable.
Reinhardt compositions,
Sorry, I'm
there
completely
were some
listening to what you're
worries.
saying. Okay, wait.
I didn't
keep going.
enjoy how Vancouver Titans.
Oh, people are mad I
actually
didn't say
decent on
Trisha
launch,
knows she's not my favorite
against Washington
YouTuber. I mean,
Justice
I
on
like her as a
Anubis.
person, but
That
like,
was worrying.
her
so how dare you
YouTubers
play
are
Arista there, unless you're a baddie?
It was like 20, 30
Mm,
minute
Well, I'm
videos.
here, Honor. It's too soon. I'll war with you. Like, we would destroy you before you got here. We'd disassemble
No, I
you.
love Trisha.
Like,
I
you
love
wouldn't even
Trisha.
bring you. Like,
I just want them to put this team away.
did anyone else feel that? Fucking
Take a
anyone?
look at the highlights from Anubis. Actually, the opening.
YouTuber like
Yeah, let's watch Assassin a little bit here.
Oh, are you trying to be a
But
YouTuber?
The Kurt, if you
How about Germany? Fucking anyone European think that fucking after how would Germany fucking do to Arissa coming back to Eichenwald during the fucking robot apocalypse again? And fucking Reinhardt's like, oh, don't worry guys, I don't know, fucking, how would Reinhardt do it? Wouldn't even get there.
They were there to contest, and they were coming back from spawn. They had set up a contest, and they just
Oh
didn't.
yes.
If I remember that
Yes.
properly.
I would not bring this dishonor home.
And then also I
Looking
remember the
up
rest
with
of the
me
series
right now. Do you
Fire
want
just
to see
kind
what
of
else they
fucking
can do?
dookied on them.
Yeah,
and right
for
the
sure.
crossing onto second.
Look at this.
So
It's a part of the parade, right? Fucking
I don't know.
staying down the parade, guarded by every guard we ever had, and fucking I'm not there, I'm at the bar.
No joke. I think they weren't.
No joke, that's how it'd be done.
Butt
At
size?
times when I
Yes,
watched them
I
play.
think breast size is actually
But
not
it still wasn't
available.
good because like
I don't think breast size is
if
available.
you're gonna dig around and lose maps to
available anymore
what
because
people
of the
can
US.
say could say
Ah,
potentially
there
could
we
be the
go.
worst team in the league.
Guys,
But that's a
Like
top
obviously I'm not saying
one.
Titans
go
are because
ahead
they
and
could
do
potentially
your
be.
thing.
It's just not a good
They're
look.
all just trying
you
to
know?
do boobs.
Yeah.
It's not a good look.
Yeah, it was
Dude,
the next
how you
half, actually,
expect
but
to make it in this
I
game
think it was
without
Washington
boob
Justice
size
when
being
they were
adjustable?
found out
I
that was
used
an
to,
But yeah,
but you know,
I think
TOS
Washington don't look
very
like
good,
a strong team.
you know?
I
Look
think
at
their
that.
performance against Dallas way in which they were playing.
Oh my
They also
God.
demonstrated
Do you like
a bunch
it?
of different comps.
Yeah,
What do you
that's
think?
my kind of girl right
They-
there.
They're one of the first
600
teams to
pound
try
life.
and
Let's
go
get that
back to
camera.
playing, Sombra Reaper,
Let's get you.
Lucio.
You know how in 600 pound life there's always
Moira Lucio, like
a scene of them
the
like
just-
bathing that's all like
we are
super
going to
sad
end
and tragic.
kind of
I want that with
front
you
to
right now.
back dive.
Really?
Um,
You're
and
that,
that
oh my
I
God,
think can
okay,
be
hold on,
really
I'm
effective
trying
in
to
this meta.
stop
And I'm
this.
not exactly sure why more teams
Wait,
haven't tried that.
terms of service is really that
Um,
sensitive that you
just
can't
turning up the
increase
pace
your covered
massively
boob
against your
size? I mean,
opponents
that's
that are
just
trying to
ludicrous.
play
Look.
these slower double bubble kind of
TOS
comps
is
could be
big
really
for a
effective,
reason.
or even against the ball compositions as well.
So look,
No, I
think those
got
comps
banned
could
for
work really well
second
too.
ban.
Echo.
Christopher in an interview was talking about
is that the most
how
recent
Wouldn't-
one?
one of the teams
Look like that.
I know what
Lucio,
happened in the most
assume it was
recent
the
one.
Justice
Oh, let me
playing
tell you
against
about the
at this point.
second one.
'Cause we haven't
Okay,
really seen
this
it.
Tell me all
is-
about it.
Echo is a
this
lady.
funny.
She would take
Oh,
Rod's
should I show my
hand
cock?
I do not
and
like
ride
that.
his hammer, and he would carry it.
It's like,
No,
I think Bap is.
And that's
Well,
how
like, he's
and
just
why.
too strong not to play. And a lot
I
of the
saw
time, we
that.
just kind of see it get run over. It's very easy to
Well, the
kind of
chat-
force a
I
Moira
don't- I
fade,
thought I'm
especially
supposed
when
to do
you're
whatever
playing
the
against,
chat
like, Bree
asks.
and like even
Put that
May, for
away.
example, you just like freeze her
It's
just a little
it's
bit. And
away.
Moira's like so
It's
far
away.
up to that she's
I mean, not that there was
almost
much
perpetually in danger
there.
of getting stunned or getting frozen or
Okay,
getting,
no.
you know, too
We-
much
we
damage and like
won't-
forcing the
we won't
fade.
talk about it. We-
Personally,
okay.
I just think Bab is too
Oh!
strong not to
Sorry, I
play
was
currently.
levitating.
With
I
the
apologize.
This is the
ball
fight,
pump.
by the way.
Yeah,
This is the
no,
fight.
my
This is
my
definitely
penis is
the
very
fight.
small.
But
Yeah.
Mag
Because they
just
just
charged into the
papige
mega room.
everywhere.
Look, it's
By
not
the way, they
size,
papige, they threw the mail, and then
Oh yeah, and they didn't do anything here.
And then,
And they tried to run.
It is
they're just
beautiful,
like
it's
they
just
group
small.
up and they just like screw it,
But
and
it's
that was after their
beautiful.
tanks fed and they
It's
wasted
small
the mail. So,
and
yeah, it wasn't
beautiful,
enough.
Yeah.
like a
Yeah, I mean that is
like
a
a
throw and half
little
from Washington. I guess we'll see whether those kind of
babushka.
things become more prevalent throughout the season for them, because I could definitely see that happening. They have still some really
What is
inexperienced
it,
players.
Babushka?
We're talking.
I don't really
Assassin,
know. I was
rookies,
grasping for an image.
closer
Of
embedded
Babushka's like,
backline
you know,
that
these
we're
old
just gonna
confident
fuck
called
about.
like Russian dolls where they
Uh,
fill
and
up and get
I think
smaller and
he's only
smaller and
gonna
smaller
get
in
better.
size.
He's
Yes.
ridiculous.
I think
The
he will
smallest
for
one.
sure,
It's
but
like
I think
No.
with rookie players you can often
They have
Oh,
many
God.
children.
that creep into their
And
game.
it's all
like,
village.
Yeah, I have a
they
kid.
still-
They don't get
So
smaller
really
inside.
capable
You are a
of
team fights for
fool.
the
They
completing
are
that.
fuller and fuller and fuller inside. Wee.
Wow.
You suck as a human being.
A backline that you're not that thrilled about. You've got a main
Just,
tank.
I don't know.
that might
Everything he
make
does
some
is
errors,
awesome.
even though
He's
a
so
great player, and
happy
then
and
you
he's so happy to see
have a
you.
pretty inexperienced
Whenever he
DPS
learns
duo
something
with
new,
Data,
it's really
so
amazing.
I could see them
'cause
making
he
some
just gets
like,
so excited and he
game
wants to
losing
share it with
mistakes
you.
at
And
times that look very.
it's just, it is
weird
magical.
compared to their
It's
normal
hard to,
play.
it's hard
I
to
think
talk
that's
about it in a
pretty
way that's
reasonable to do
relatable
that
because
There are
it's just,
a lot of
it's
players on
just,
this team that
it's just
has
so
to take their
magical.
game
I don't
to
know. He's
Yeah.
the
another
best.
level,
I
and it's
get
rare
it.
to if you have like
I
4
really
It's
or
like
5
tough
players
dream you had. You know what I
to
mean?
take one step
Unless they
up.
have kids.
Sometimes it doesn't
What?
pan out for
Say
all
that
of those
again?
people. You know,
It's like, you know, when you talk about a
Assassin,
dream you
know,
had and you're like,
fantastic
oh,
talent,
I
but,
had
like,
this crazy
now
dream.
he's
It's
in
like
the
nobody
Overwatch
really
League. Man, as we
cares.
said, like,
I feel like it's that way about
potential with
kids.
this guy, but like now he has to step up.
Aw.
Like the backline of
Like,
closer.
the dream was really crazy when you
they don't
had
need to
it,
prove
but
themselves,
you couldn't
but,
possibly explain
they
that
need to
dream
prove
to
that
be
they can
interesting.
be
You know what I mean?
elite
So
with
that's
this
kind of
team and actually,
how I
like,
feel
fight
about
for
how it is to have kids. Like, it's
trophies and
great,
stuff like that, right? So,
but
you
like
know,
I don't
it's
necessarily
rare that
like
all
hearing about
that
other
comes
people's
together and all
kids
of them,
either.
like in unison, just improves. So
I get that.
I feel like
I really
one
want
or
to
two of these players
I want to
might
pop
not
one
make the
out.
cut next
Oh, wait,
year.
wait, wait, I need to tell you. I need to
just
tell you
based on
about my second
statistics.
band.
and likelihood.
Yeah, go ahead.
Funny
Okay,
side stat
so-
though, Mag
The second band was
is ranked
because of a feature
15th
that I had.
in the updated IBM Watson
I had a feature
player
where
rankings,
someone
which is the
just sent a
highest
dollar,
for non
and if someone
Houston,
sent a
Philly,
dollar,
or
a
Chengdu
letter D
players.
will
Because
go
wow.
on
those
my
3
phone.
teams are like the top. You
Dude,
know,
Oh, you mean
Huh.
you meant in terms of tanks, and I was like,
No.
that's actually really low.
well, you
I
know, because
got
there's all
banned
the
for
top
selling
14
products.
players. They're just like Philly, Chengdu,
Oh,
and
but there was
Houston,
no
'cause they're
actual
4-0,
pornography
4-0, and
exchange. It was just
3-1,
a D
right?
pick.
So
It was
they're
a
all,
letter
you
D.
know, they're up there.
Oh.
Washington Justice, they're 2-0.
That is.
And Mag is the first
And-
player
and
to
how
show
long were
up
you
from
banned
all the
for?
2-0,
3
2-1,
days.
2-2 teams.
3 days for sending a
you
D
know,
pick.
which is
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah.
Because I think
Do they know that you weren't sending
we would expect,
pornography
like,
and
maybe,
they
like,
still
Fury to pop up
stood
there.
by that?
I mean,
Yeah,
Fury
he
is
told me
fantastically too.
that because a D and
No,
C
I'm
is
saying like
thick,
Mag
it's the
being
same.
the rookie
Yeah.
and still being the number 1 player there.
It's not the same thing.
Apart
I
from
know.
those 3
I-
teams.
I
is
know.
incredible.
Letter
So,
D is
Yeah,
very
yeah,
different
yeah.
from a
That's
picture of
quite
my
good.
penis. If
That's
you
good.
want,
Let's,
I'll hold up the
this
letter
is
D
updated for today.
and I'll put it
Updated
next
like
to my
2 hours
penis,
ago.
which by the way is
Right,
like
right.
a little.
I still
It's
feel
like a
like it
little
doesn't have enough data.
porcelain doll, and
strongly
it's like
correlated.
buried
It's
in
so
like
strongly
tall
correlated
grass.
to
You know what I
just
mean? So
app wins at the
I'm
moment.
telling-
It won't be like at a point.
Very
till-
different images.
Probably.
I'm
course.
I
hoping
do.
that by the
Oh.
time we get to the end of the main
But-
event, it'll be.
It grows out
sometimes
fast.
you don't for a minute. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 'cause look at
It's
the
interesting. I
yeah,
find.
look at the
Also,
position
this piece of
changes.
work.
A lot of those players, it's like plus 18.
Right.
But
It's a dick-
Piggy
it's a
plus
dick forming
19, Mano
mechanism.
plus
That's true.
19. You know, it's
Yeah.
I think yeah, as time goes on, it's going to be
You're a
crazy.
very,
So it
very
wasn't nice
interesting man.
in top
Thank you very much.
Yeah, it was in like the top
like,
5
or something
Jeez, I've never
ridiculous
seen it.
Yeah.
before.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Where is he
That's
now?
super
Is he?
cute.
There he
He's gone
is.
down a bit. I
Thank
mean,
you
he's still
so much.
pretty
Did you
high
ever
considering
answer my
the-
YouTube questions of YouTube advice?
considering like everything.
So,
Yeah, and then he's above Fury
advice
right
I would give to somebody trying to make it on
Yeah.
YouTube.
Neat.
Let's
would
talk
be
about the rest of
to
the
yet
NA
to
teams,
you
not all of them, but
specifically.
picking out an interesting
or
one here.
anybody
Los
in
Angeles
general,
Gladiators went
right,
0
who's
and
trying to
2
make it on
in week 1.
YouTube.
And then they have a 2-0 week this time
Is,
around, but they're playing against
I
much
think
worse
first of all you have to
competition.
find something you're
In terms of the
genuinely
eye test,
interested in,
do you
that
feel
you
better
love,
about
that
the
you
Los
want to talk
Angeles
about, that you want
Gladiators
to share.
now that they're actually 2
That's
and 2
the most
going into
important
the
thing,
main
right?
melee?
Because you're not going to have
Well,
anything
I mean, we don't even
interesting
know
to
whether they're
say
gonna
or
qualify
share or
actually at
do
2-2.
or be
It's
funny
still-
about or whatever it is you
I'm
want to
pretty
do.
Sure.
You have to be
Don't
genuine.
quote
You have
me
to
on
really
this,
care and be
on
excited
our
about what you're
podcast,
talking
so
about.
This is very bad
So that's the
timing.
first
But I'm pretty
thing.
sure they're out.
And I think the second thing
Oh,
is just to
really?
keep
Well,
working
I
at
thought
your
it I thought a couple
not
mappers
give
do,
up,
right?
and also
That's
because
what
it's
the
very
thing
hard to make it in YouTube
Because
in the
Fuel
beginning.
had to get 3-0
What's important is
for
to
them
set your
like, make it
expectations in the
I
right
believe.
place. I'm not saying that.
And they had to get 3-0.
What I'm
versus-
saying is
versus
that
their
it
match
takes time
against,
to get really good at
who
it
did
to
they
the
play?
point where people want to
It was
watch
like,
it. So, like,
This?
to
Their
you
fourth
know
match?
make it
no,
overnight.
not
But don't get.
their
But
other
also,
match.
what I mean is don't
Uprising,
get
that's what it was.
discouraged.
Yeah,
So
they
just
had to
keep
get a
working
3-0
at it, and you're gonna
Uprising
get
to
better and
themselves in.
better.
And it doesn't
and more and more people are going to watch. Even
doesn't
100 people
guarantee
will
them, but
watch,
I
or
believe
300
there
people
is,
will
like,
watch.
some
Like
magic you're
that's
talking
pretty
about, Johnny,
amazing,
right?
even
Where,
those
like,
small
head-to-head or a
milestones.
map differential.
And those are the
Right,
best
so
times
that's
to
why,
improve
essentially.
and refine
So-
your
Exactly.
content. So
So even if it doesn't really matter whether the gladiators
basically,
make it
that's
into
my
the main melee,
advice.
except that it'll give us less data to
My
even go on.
favorite
So this
thing
first
about
quarter of the
anything
imagine
is
that they
me.
don't. They don't make the main
love
melee.
me.
This is the only data you have, these 4 matches,
So
to tell where they're at for the first quarter
you
of the
have
season.
100% chance
What's your
of
cliff
success
notes for the
as long as-
gladiators at this point? Because
As long as
I'm
it's
finding
you
it very hard
and
to
not
place
somebody
this team
else,
properly.
then you're gonna be
Mid-table-ish
really successful
right now. Honestly, I do think they look
Max's
okay. Because the thing is,
I
Yeah.
am the best. Oh.
sure, they had a
Yeah.
really easy second week.
But
they played,
so what? Who cares? It's
Well,
like,
it
oh,
shouldn't have
what,
been that
you
easy
have
of a second week,
personality
honestly, but they
disorder? It's
played,
like, oh gosh.
you know,
You know what I
Uprising
mean?
and
It's like
Spitfire,
normalized
okay,
personality
kind of a free win
disorders,
at
you know
this
what I mean?
time, honestly, with how we're
Yeah,
seeing
I
Spitfire
get-
perform
I
for them.
get
It should be, and it was.
So,
Right.
Boston should not have been a free win,
Yes,
in my
ma'am.
opinion.
You started
It should have been,
YouTube.
especially with how Gladiators performed in week 1. It should have been a little bit closer.
Mhm.
I thought it was going to be a bit closer than it turned out being.
Did
And,
I start that
They
long
kind of just
ago?
dominated them, and I don't know if that was
My
just
research.
also because Boston looked so bad.
I think
currently.
so. Yeah. Well,
But in
I
my
think
opinion, they looked-
I started
I
making
think
my first
Gladiators
videos
looked a
way back
little
then. I
bit
probably started doing it
better.
full time
Yeah,
more
they did
about
look a little bit better,
2010.
but it's hard to differentiate that when you
15.
because of how poorly both the teams they played performed.
Well, I've been around.
Performed in their
You know, it's
matches.
funny. I've been like the new guy for
Still
my
not-
like.
I mean,
I
the
always
Cliff
felt like
Notes,
the
if you
new
wanted
guy
the
on
Cliff
YouTube,
Notes,
but I
this
think
would obviously
recently,
be
in the
the
past
team
like
that
a year or
started
two, I
out
became
very poorly,
ancient
but then actually,
timer
like,
who's been
got
around
their stuff
forever.
together.
It's
It
funny
almost
that
like
switch.
nerves. It was crazy.
You are the
But like
wise one.
they just improved so much.
Thank
over
you
the course
very
of
much.
1 week, and
Yes,
that's
one of the
wasn't
elders.
practice related. That was not
Thank you
individually
so much.
skill
I
related.
appreciate
Oh, they
that.
started playing
Thank you.
Bird Ring. That's the
What
thing for
was
me. They
old
started playing
YouTube
Bird
like?
Ring all the time. I
Old
think that is
YouTube
like the
was
number one
actually
thing Gladiators
the
must do to keep their top
fucking
position. Do
shit,
not take
dude.
Bird Ring out ever.
Oh, somebody's
Bird
putting,
Ring must be
somebody's
it.
putting forth
They
that I have an
played a lot of like
8.1
mirror
incher.
and a lot
Oh
of
yeah.
Monster
bro.
in their first matches,
Yes.
and not a lot of Bird
8.1?
Ring. I think Bird Ring needs to be in.
That's
full
what they're
time
saying.
all the time. They
Holy
also started
shit,
playing
how
a
do you
lot
carry
of
that
more
between your
Moth, and they
thighs?
subbed them out less for skewed.
Yeah.
And to
Well,
me,
I-
that's the whole purpose of picking up Moth, right? It's like it's
you
not
just
just about
do.
Moth's
You just
actual
carry it,
mechanics,
man.
is
So
that Moth
it's
has
a
always been known
load,
as a very
but it's
strong
not actually.
leader
But
and,
how
like, a
big
very
is
strong
Max?
person
I
to push a
mean,
team forward.
how
So
does
you
that
need to have
compare
Moth
to your
in to get the
biggest
most value out of
Max.
it.
dildo?
Because otherwise, it's like
You
me
said
buying
your
a
biggest
car and never
dildo was
driving
Max.
it. It's like
Max
it's gonna
is
sit in my
a
driveway
9
all the time.
incher.
It's like, what's the point of why you have a car?
9 incher?
Like, and
No.
that's Moth. Like, you
Moth
need
and
to
purple.
you get Moth to use
Not
it.
many can
Not to
compete with
just like
that.
people on the bench. It's not gonna
Okay,
do anything.
not-
You know?
Yeah,
So I think
monster.
that they've made some positive
So
roster
back in the
Do
day
you
on
want it?
YouTube.
as well, which is part of the reason they looked a bit better.
Yeah, why don't you send him
yeah.
with the dudes?
Okay,
Yeah, I
will,
completely
will.
agree with that.
You
I don't
seem a little
understand
bit
really why they're trying. I don't
bored these
agree.
days.
I understand why
So
they're doing it, but I
I'll
don't
send one
agree
to
with the
you.
decision to run
Nothing to
Mirror.
spice up my
pretty
life
much
like a
ever, to be
9
honest,
incher.
because
Bring
I
it
think
on.
that
I will
outside
bring
of
it for you just
outside of
for
maybe
you,
the
he said.
the Doomfist or the Fire,
Now
if
they're
you have some
saying
kind
you
of
have a
specialty
penis
pick,
that
and
is
even so
0.1
those are going to be
inches
on
bigger.
control where you
So
can't actually play them
They keep
full time
thinking
probably.
that I
Running
have a
Bird Ring
flaming
Headster is
sword,
going to be
right?
better when it
Right.
comes to DPS.
And they-
We're talking about Mirror playing
Like
the Echo.
it?
I would rather
Yeah,
see
it's
Kev
fucking
Star
awesome.
try and,
But they
keep
think
that
that
going over the course of the
I
whole
have a
season. If you're
fixation
talking about Mirror coming in to play the Zarya
of
over Space,
dicks.
I again
Of
don't
Well, you have
think that
brought
that
it up
makes
a
sense.
lot.
Space in the interview after one of these games,
You have brought up
got
penises
asked why
a
Mirror
lot
was
during
being
this short
rotated in,
interview.
and he
No,
was talking about the fact that Mirror
No, they are. I agree.
like takes control of the team when he plays
I agree.
Zarya, directs the
I
team
agree.
from that Zarya
I'm with
position in
you.
the double bubble.
I
I
But
don't
you
think
may
that
need to be onto something. Is
I
all
think
I'm
that
saying.
if that's your
You
solution,
know all I have to do for content?
then
Also, it says
you
cock on your
need
face.
to address
Right on your face it says, "Yep, cock."
well, what's the best way of putting this? I feel like
Hello?
if you're it feels like such a
That's okay.
stop
Nope.
solution to just put him in on the
Okay,
Zarya
bye.
because he has more experience in that role.
Oh, my face.
And I think
So my-
changing up a team dynamic
Oh,
like
thank
that,
you. So my
changing the way
chat-
that
Well, what
the
is
entire
that?
team functions is not
my
going to be
tech is
beneficial
spawn
for you
into
in the
the
long
world
term.
and also
If Mirror
right on
adds
my
something
face.
positive in that role,
Now it says
then
penis.
that's
Yeah, I
something
know.
that someone else on the team
So I forgot
probably needs to learn from and pick
my
up.
moment.
And,
My I remember another appointment.
YouTube was awesome because it was like the Wild West. Oh, oh my goodness.
I
There's
know.
I just don't think
Look how
that makes.
cute they are. Aren't they
I
kind
don't
of
think that makes
creepy?
sense. I don't like that.
I thought they're minions.
I don't want they can fill one fucking deal for me, and I got my fucking bargain, and I got healed.
That makes
Yeah?
you the dude
Well, yeah,
from,
fucking nothing versus
Despicable Me.
Bride. I don't know.
Do you
Versus
identify
how
with
am I doing now? I'm doing really fucking good.
I mean, do you have any?
Thank you. I got my medication. I went home.
Want to add, Jaws?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's you. That's the
still don't
vibes I'm
really
getting
understand the
with all the
skill
minions
idea.
cruising around.
It's you
Does that make
being
me a
subbed in for like
badass?
this Brigitte role, where you could just have Moth and then be this
If it makes
this
me a
caller,
badass,
like
I'll
you were
take it.
saying. It
Yes,
just doesn't
I
make
like it
sense
about
to
you.
me
I
at
mean,
all.
I
haven't
like
really got any
everything
other
you do. I
thoughts
think
apart
you're a
from that. I mean,
badass.
yeah,
I
keep
really
in.
do.
Why would you sub him out? It makes no
Yeah.
sense at all. I mean,
Yeah.
I think him and Kev are flexible enough to run the majority
cock.
of things that you
So
want to
fuck
run, even
YouTube,
if it was
what
like on
was
a
it about?
control, you know, like
Tell me
So
about
completely
it.
different stages.
All
You
YouTube
can
was
play
freaking awesome
long range hit
because, like,
scan. You can have
first of all, you
Kevster on
almost
Tracer.
never
you can
get
have him on
demonetized.
Echo,
You'd have
you
to
can
literally
have,
post,
yeah,
like, ISIS
they showed on
beheading someone
Hanamura,
to get
the Ash and the
demonetized.
Echo, like, there's
I'm
no
serious. Like, I made the
massive
craziest videos back in the
holes
day.
in the
I would make
DPS
reaction
lineup
videos about like
when you have
people who had
Kevster
sex
and
with
Buttering. So it
animals.
doesn't make sense. Maybe they're
and,
just
like,
trying out a few
dude, there was
things
some
earlier on in
these
the season,
pranks
maybe
that people used to make back in the
to
day,
see
like
what
pranks in
fits
the
the
hood, like
best, but
super racist.
considering this season you don't get that many games to play,
Absolutely
and a lot of them are
like it was just
qualification matches
wild,
too.
man. Everybody's
like,
making money
going
on
into
the
Melee
most
and onwards, it
depraved
doesn't make
shit you
sense
can
to be
imagine.
Shuffling around
So
so
that's-
much.
Nope, it
what
was
I
just
mean.
basically everyone was doing it before, except worse or better, or fucking God knows,
Like, even getting
before they
views
could film
for
it.
even just getting censored or regulated.
No one
in
knows.
any way was just
No
so
one knows.
difficult.
That's why no one knows. They lived a life
I
of
mean, you can
mystery,
even
and
go
their
copyrighted
secrets
shit.
were
If you want to
secrets.
manage
Let's move on to talk about
And they
partnerships,
died
you
with
can
people.
copyrighted music
as well.
and
Secrets don't
like,
die no
Jaws
more.
it was
Don't have them because everyone's gonna find out, and it's gonna be worse. Be truthful and honest at all times.
you know,
New
nowadays,
and
websites
better
too,
way to
like,
live,
covers,
because
just
everything know
since,
and
like,
what we know
You're like
is
Robbie, you're like
Code
Robbie
Miko.
too,
now from Harry Potter.
which is interesting.
He
So,
has a second
at
battery
Facebook
that
and
makes
I
a
mean
lot
blah blah.
inside
And now it's like, well,
they're
people,
making a lot more money now
He
per
sleeps
1,000
on that.
views.
how about
than they
it's
did back then.
gotta get more
I
evidence.
take a picture actually.
I saw him doing it right fucking there with my fucking cyber scopes
You're living like
from
in
space.
Oh, it's awful.
NASA here, yeah, fuck.
That's old
I mean,
apartment
there
as
was
well.
a
You
Zap.
old apartment on
video,
my old
and it
mattress,
was
sleeping in a closet. Get your fucking life.
Okay.
Garlic
Oh,
bread.
it's filth, mate.
And,
I mean, I'm just absolute DJ. I sent it to the
cereal.
production PC.
But
I don't know if that's the one
because
Kurt's on.
he
Yeah,
said
it will be.
there was
Um,
an intercourse
but yeah, I
between
mean,
the bread and the
look,
butter.
A boy's got to do what a boy's
It got
got to do, you know what I'm
flagged as
saying? Like,
sexual
I'm
content
cuddling
and
pelican cases at night at 5 a.m.
Were you
there
able to
go.
dispute it and
I
get it
did.
reversed?
That's
No.
the cupboard.
Oh, they
It
kept
looks like a storeroom.
They
It
kept
looks
it.
like
They
a store
manually
of a-
computed it and
some
they
sort of
kept
retail
it.
shop.
We were in
So
Arkansas
what I will
talking
say
about
is,
garlic bread
when I moved
and
out,
cereal.
Well, I don't
when I
know-
moved you out,
I don't know about you,
Josh,
but garlic bread is
the
very
apartment,
sexual for me.
Oh, I know
um,
sometimes. Yeah.
way back when
Like,
last
you
year.
know what I mean?
remember
Yeah.
talking to you. I was like, "Why the hell do you have
That's
a
all I need to
mattress
get
in a
going.
cupboard? Like this is
That's-
DJ."
yeah, that's
And I
kind
was
of
like,
the world.
and you
That's
were
a
saying
good
like, "Oh,
example
it gets super dark.
of
You can't
how
hear
YouTube
anything.
is different.
It
right?
is great, mate.
What are you
It's
doing with your hair? Why are
perfect
you massaging
isolation.
Oh, it is, yeah.
It's
don't
awesome.
know why.
missing out.
Apart from having to
I'm-
cuddle pelican cases, yeah, that
Yeah.
bit sucks.
I don't know why I'm doing that.
Anybody, I mean, I'm
Oh.
calling you a DJ,
Is it-
but
is
anybody who
this
sleeps
nice
in a
and
room with a
soft?
window is a fool.
No, it feels like
Because that
shit 'cause
shit,
it's
I mean,
bleach.
light
Okay.
coming
Why do
in
bleach
is
it
the
so much?
antithesis of what you want in your
I
sleeping
was
area.
doing a
You
costume
want
where I was
perfect
dressing up like Justin
silence.
Timberlake. You remember when
Anybody-
Justin? Oh, that's pretty cool.
Hey, back.
Dude, I got the sidebar. You know
The
sidebar was like
biggest game,
Snoop Dogg.
I think, was
Dang. Oh,
the
you're
Philadelphia Chengdu game for
adorable.
sure. But
I got
first of
some
all, I want
cute
to talk
boy
about the
shit going on
debuts
here.
because we had New York and we had Hangzhou,
Backstreet
who were
Boy.
debuting for the
boy.
first time this week. I
Right,
think that
or
was
like-
just those two teams, right? I don't think there was anybody else.
Kind
in
of
the
looks like
team.
we just
No,
had
those
a
are the
part, a
last
center
two.
part.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So New
One
York,
of
they
them
come
gonna
in.
get a win.
One of the three
Yeah,
stooges.
New
I
York
think
come in
Mo
with a
had
fuck ton
center
of
part.
scrimbucks.
Dude,
They're
I'm not
just
that much of a boomer.
scrimbucks
That's like
just seeping out of every
like the
orifice.
50s
Did they translate in their first game
That's like
against
boomers'
Chengdu? Did
parents'
they
boomers.
fuck?
That's real boomer shit.
the
Okay,
fuck
fair
was
enough.
going on
I
in that
accept
game?
that
It was
criticism. I
awful.
shouldn't have brought up the three stooges.
I mean, you're
Um,
going against Chengdu though. To be fair, like
Oh.
they just got ran over. We
I
did
totally
see Guapo
forgot
as
what I
well
was talking
actually
about. What was I
play against Spark, which was kind of
You
nice.
asked
I was
me
kind of
about,
hyping him up, and that was a lot of scrimbucks behind him.
wanted to know if
Widow
you're a
God,
Johnny
like
Sins
crazy
fan.
hit scan player comes in, gets dumpster, gets rotated straight out.
Come
again.
on, you know who that is.
And it's actually something that that I mentioned during the broadcast.
Come on, you know who Johnny Sins is.
New York
Johnny Sins.
have always been a team that's kind of centered around
Look
Johnny.
it up.
Like that has been the kind of
recognize him.
focal points.
Johnny
We assist Jonak in order to get kills with Jonak and him
You
for
could say
2
that.
damage,
He's definitely in
etc.
media.
And having a bunch of rookies, or like a few rookies, sorry, come in. Of course, you have
Yes.
Pung and Bianca. I wouldn't necessarily call them
Johnny
rookies in ID as well.
American
at this point.
YouTuber.
Yeah. Are they going to be able to fit this kind of style that New York have previously gone with? Definitely
Yep.
not. Like,
He's a
there's no way. There was one team for Jonak, and I think that team
Oh,
is
really? I didn't
long
know that
gone
about
at this
him.
point,
Here, let me look him
scattered to
up,
the
too.
4 wins.
I don't want to be.
Feather's
Johnny
been good
Sins,
for her. I was kind of
Wikipedia.
play up on. But
Johnny
they just look
Sins is 42 years
incredibly
old.
mediocre.
Oh, he is a YouTuber.
Yeah, but then I just
Do
put that
you,
down to
have
them
you
facing against Chengdu.
collaborated with them?
Well, I also think that they had immense nerves.
No, I
I
haven't.
can't remember where this was. I think this
You
was
wish
translated
to-
on
is
some
this a
forum.
shout-out?
Maybe it was on Twitter
You
or
want
something.
to.
But Friday was
chat
saying
brought
that
it up.
they-
The chat
that
brought it
they
up.
were all
They were
extremely
asking
nervous
if you
in the
knew
first
Johnny
match
Sins.
against
The
Chengdu.
Yeah.
chat
And
brought
Friday
it
was like
up.
crying at some
Come
point
on,
during the game and just couldn't
I
get,
look at
couldn't get it together and stuff.
The receipts
I
are
mean,
there. You can
think-
go
think
back
about
and
it from
watch. I'm not
Friday.
bringing
On
all
this
this
map
shit up.
specifically.
Here, can I
I
read you
mean,
some of
Friday
the
was
I'm
walking
on
into
Wikipedia
so
page.
many
Can I read you
rockets
some of the
from Jin
titles?
and he was just
Yeah.
playing on the floor the whole time.
Let's see.
Like,
2018, so we're
think
going
about it from his
back to the
perspective.
beginning
He's
of
not
his
even come in from
discography.
some contenders dynasty. He's
Buck
not a
Club
runaway
was
or
the
an
first,
Hellenistic player. He's never even
film he
won
made. Oh, no, these are-
contenders games.
Actually, you know what? These are his
He was playing with
awards.
OZ
This guy's
Gaming.
done so many films. So these are his award-winning
They're
performances.
not a team that did anything in
cheer-
contenders.
let's see.
You've immediately
Come
gone
Spoiled
from that
Sluts.
to representing New York. who
Yeah.
are a team-
2010
you're
Best
playing
Spoiled.
alongside
Congratulations.
Jones.
They wanted his
The team hasn't
cub.
won
He
any
gave it.
Um,
Cubs both
That's
sluts.
an enormous
One of his
step
best.
For other good titles
responsibility.
here.
I think that just
Big
fucked
Tits at
up
Work
this game.
17.
I mean,
Swear
I
to
think
God,
that's
that's the title.
continuing
17.
to be something they're gonna have to
Big
deal
Tits
with.
at
Because
Work
they just looked
17.
awful. I
2000
mean, there's
Just have
going
you
to
one,
be a
man.
larger demonstration.
I
of
have a
Springboks
wife,
being
36.
useless than this game right here. I feel.
Swear to God.
I find it
don't
interesting
think
on
so.
that
These
map
are-
specifically.
Are you
swear
thinking
to
of
God.
Brown
Knew
history?
exactly what they wanted to do.
Name Jai
On
Sins.
the wrecking ball,
Everyone,
just
Jai
threw
Sins.
them over and
Born's
over
Jai
again.
Sins
No.
done.
Get
No, I
boots
swear to
in
God,
order
it's
for
the
the far
regular
amount
Jai
of
Sins.
one-shot people.
I have a
That
wife,
was it. It was just
36.
playing the
There's
poke style. And you
36
could tell
of
they were
these.
nervous, like even in that. They weren't taking anything aggressive when Diva was
Stop
running out of
looking at-
thrusters or
stop
something. They weren't
looking
like
at it. Stop
aggressively
looking at
trying to
it.
advance
I know
on the
you
wrecking
wanna-
ball, like
I
stunning,
know you
locking him
wanna
down
look
or
at
anything.
them.
They just kind of let Gaga
It's
do what he
close.
wanted. I mean,
Bianca
Lucio
also
got
did
to do that
nothing.
too, trying to
He used to do
boot
these
hit
old
him
reaction
like the ball
videos.
back into the team so he
Mhm.
could get frozen,
Right?
get stunned. It's just
Yes.
it-
Yes, ma'am.
It didn't
Are
look
you ever
like
gonna do them on
a well-oiled
Twitch?
machine.
I would look into Johnny Sins personally.
45 years in someone's garden in Alabama.
I used to
somewhere,
do
you
it
know,
on
it's not-
Twitch.
You did?
It's
But
not something that
I- you know, I
expect,
had
Like,
honestly, because
I looked him up once and
I
fucking
high hopes for
Wow.
him.
yeah, where he
It's gonna
does
take a couple
what
of
that
few
Well,
months
my
bad
fans
to
use
for
Twitch,
shake
but
off his jitters.
they dropped me from the partner program,
Well, they
and
are
I
a bunch
thought
of
it was
rookies,
really.
so that's how I felt. I don't
I
remember.
thought it was
I've already had my
really
rant. I
lame
can't rant
how they
about
did it.
Xbox, honestly.
I
can't
used to
do it.
have
I don't have it in me
a
anymore. I don't have it in me anymore.
contract
I've
with
ran
them
out
to
of
stream
steam.
on the platform.
I've ran out of steam
When
on
we first started the
Springboks,
podcast,
but I
it was
also
live
don't
on
think
Twitch,
Springboks
and we had this
were
agreement
totally
with them.
off the mark, like
And they were
because they
like,
did also beat Spark. And
they were trying not
Sure.
to pay us
And
because they were saying,
Spark-
oh, we
but I
didn't
mean-
stream enough. Out,
and that
or,
was
well, they
Spark-
paid us,
I mean,
but they
that
paid
was
us
kind of
like
like a Springboks
debacle.
coming
proportionally
through
less.
situation
And they were
because
asking
people
for
said
like
that
these
Spark
really
Springboks
over the
were
top
low, and they
streaming
looked pretty low
requirements in
there.
terms of like
So,
hours.
I mean,
and
I think
having to
overall
put
that, like,
commercials in it and all this. So I was like,
New
you know,
York
this
is a
isn't
team
working.
that has
So
talent,
YouTube made me an
and they're
offer
just
to
going to
come
need a
back
lot
to
of time to
YouTube
bring it
and do
together.
the show
Honestly,
there.
like,
And I
this
took
is
that
just a
offer because
rookie
it was,
roster, and we just they're
because
just going to need time.
Here's one.
you know,
She young breeder.
like how Twitch was my
Yeah, she is. We're starving to
When I
death.
left
You a rich
YouTube,
man
they
able to give her a
dropped
good
me
life,
from the partner
sir?
program, like super petty.
That one go
They
door.
They didn't shut down the channel, but they. You know, they were like,
17.
okay, fuck it.
I'm 18, pa.
But I do
And then,
think
they go, oh, and
Johnny,
they
why
still
would you
owed me
consider this a
money.
massive
So I was like, yo, you guys
Fucking-
owe me money.
We
They're
haven't
like,
seen
okay,
the
we need you to
team play.
resign
What do you want?
for the partner program to receive payment.
Well, we
And
haven't
I was
seen the
like,
team
fuck
play.
you.
well,
So
we
they're
saw
playing.
them beat the Spark.
They're playing with my
But
shit.
wasn't
a
the
little
Spark
bit.
after this?
So I don't like.
Yes.
But the people who work
Yeah,
for
but you can
Twitch, I
still,
don't want.
you can still
I don't want to
analyze with the
say the
benefit of
wrong thing
hindsight
because
and-
the people
Yeah,
who
I
I
guess
work
it's
not
with
like
at
they're gonna
Twitch
imp-
are all
it's not like the
super
team is going to
great,
improve
kind finds
that
people
much
that I
from
think very
Yeah.
highly of.
one.
So.
I guess I interpreted
I
it
think
as
as
you
an
were saying, like, they should
organization,
have
though, I
taken
have some criticism of
Chengdu
them.
to map
I
5 or something. I was
agree
like, should
because
they
there's
have them?
individuals
I
at
don't know.
Twitch that
I mean, if they had been playing their best, maybe they would have.
talked to.
I don't
and,
think they play their best. Wait, I'm so
all
confused
really
now in this
nice, good
conversation.
people, but
Anyway,
Yeah.
I think that New York Excelsior will be a
this
bigger threat
moderation-
than they
I don't
seem
know.
to be
I'm
in
sure
this
it's not all
specific
moderation
matchup
team either.
because of
Our
their
moderation
performance in
team
this
is great.
match.
We're
You know,
not
if they
talking
to play
Twitch. Twitch
Chengdu
is the
again and say, I don't know,
best.
Twitch is great.
melee
Twitch is
knockouts,
great.
like, I could see them, playing this match closer
I don't
than
have
they did in this
I don't have to
series.
pretend like
The
I love
factors
Twitch
we
anymore
have
because I have
covered
no
on the
business
podcast
relating with
here
them.
today,
I like
yes.
being on Twitch. I like the whole thing, and I think it's so cool that like I got started right as the Amazon Prime sub came in,
Yeah.
so the sub like that was so cool and so and great. And by the way, anyone who has not spent their Amazon Prime sub on code Miko, you better fucking slam that button right the fuck now. Let's get those Amazon Prime in the chat right fucking
And then
now.
I watched the
Any
APAC
primers in
VODs, and
chat?
I thought to myself,
I love
and I looked at
money.
New York's
Oh,
lineup, and I was
sorry.
like,
Check
well,
your fucking Amazon Prime and slam that button right
and
now.
they got
Oh,
Joe
Miko.
Mac, like I could see
Wait,
them
I'm
really
gonna do
performing
it.
some of these.
I'm gonna do it.
bubble
This is
or,
number one.
God
Does
forbid,
money
playing
sometimes
Joe
make
Mac on
you
Zen
horny?
compositions. But I think that, Chengdu
Wait,
Hunters, they
I need to try to switch
incredible
Prime
game
sub. How do I
planning.
do it? I forgot. I'm logged
love the
in.
composition. Specifically
Is there
love their
just be a
Dorado
button?
composition.
Sweet.
Where
Oh,
they play,
the Widowmaker. on the
Okay, hold
farm.
on.
yeah, the Widow Echo, and I was just like,
Free-
New
oh,
York
okay.
can't do
Subscribe
anything.
for free.
Like, they're forced to play this
Hang on,
Tracer
I'm
sub
doing it.
composition, and they just got
Jesus,
destroyed.
man.
No, I did it.
The Widowmaker just sat at the back playing Kovacs. I think I actually said that in cast. I was like, he's not
you.
moving.
That's what's
He's
up.
just
Let's
sat there just clicking
in the chat.
people's
This
heads.
is the
Like,
real
they
stuff.
just couldn't touch it
Other
in the slightest. They just couldn't get
Other
anywhere
Twitch
near him.
streamers just sit
It
there
was
like, hey
what
guys,
Yeah, so I love
I'm
the
back
compositions,
just to
but
fucking play
then,
some video games.
we get to the
Look
other
at all
match
this
where
shit she's
Chengdu
made.
played
She's
as
got
well,
some
but,
like
you know.
graphics
I think
and
New
shit
York
and
also-
minions running
Fusion
around
did
and like
the
a
Chengdu,
flaming
I thought
sword. I mean,
New
slam that
York would be
mother
able to
loving sub
replicate
button for Christ's
well,
sake.
replicate before.
Ethan, you're
Fucking
too
timeline
nice.
sucked, dude.
You're
But
way
I
too
think you
nice.
could play a
I
similar style
usually
to what
just
Philly
beg
did,
a lot.
and put up a better
And they
performance.
give me stuff.
Yeah, I think New York could probably
Well,
struggle
I'm
to deal with
spitting
stuff that's
back. I'm spitting
that makes them
facts.
adapt on the fly too. That's
I
again
love
something that
begging.
you benefit from being a really established
brings
team
me-
or
it
established
gives me my
players because
pain.
you've seen it all before. You know what
You
you're
say
supposed to be
you ask
running.
me if
know
money
what
turns me
your
on.
game
Oh
plan
my
is.
God.
For rookies, it's like
Yes.
I feel like New York
I don't
probably
think
just
it
rolling
turns
people
me
in screens
on, but
for
it is
one-
certainly nice to have
one
money,
thing,
you know.
one style.
But what if
and
someone
they just
just,
build
like,
their own
wafted
game
it?
rather than having to
It's
adapt
not
to their
as
own.
nice to have
Don't
money as it is
absolutely-
bad to not have money.
I
Would I
want to
wanna,
talk
like,
about the
fuck
Hangzhou
them or
Smart,
fuck
man,
the money?
Because this
Would you want
team
to fuck them or the
has-
money?
What-
You can't even live here. We don't like you. You're not money. You can't come in. Don't go here. Oh, don't go there. Don't go anywhere. Where do you belong? Go to the street. Ask for money. Beg for money. That's where you belong. Just beg for money. You don't even belong in a job now as well. You can't go anywhere. Just beg for money on the street and die.
You would use a
to
okay. Was
predict
that is
where
that a
they're gonna
terms of
end
service
up.
thing? We could talk
Because
about it.
the power is just not even in the players' hands. The power
A
is in the
billion-dollar
coaches' hands to make
condom,
the right
let's-
decisions.
I wonder
wait, have they
what's
actually
like
made
the most
coaching
expensive
changes?
condom
They
you
did.
didn't
They
even
made
realize
coaching
this.
changes today.
If
They
you-
made coaching changes
Because like
today.
people flex
They got rid
all
of
kinds of
Kaijon
materialistic
and
things, but
they got rid
as far as I'm aware, there
They
isn't
got
like
rid
a
of Kaijon.
Gucci condom. You know what I mean? Like the
fuck?
kind of a material.
Okay.
Well, I mean, he's not,
Incredible.
well, he's not gone. I should say
What
he's.
kind
I don't
of
know if he's actually gone,
material
but he's not. He's no longer the
would
head
make
coach.
female
I don't know
Was
if
that?
that means
Right.
they totally got rid of them. But
snake
they
skin
brought up-
condom,
they
right?
brought up
Something like
Dante to
that.
be
You know, like
the new
$1,000
coach.
Gucci
I didn't
out
even
and shit.
realize this.
Yeah.
I don't know how good it
Wow, I
was, but
Yeah,
completely
this
missed
happened
this.
today.
That doesn't
But
matter.
and I honestly, I paused.
There's gotta
a
be
little bit
some-
upon seeing it. It's really. I'm actually. I'm gonna be honest. I've never been a huge on Kaijon.
No,
But
I
you're
mean, I don't
rich.
think he
Tell
did
me,
anything for
Richard.
the Vancouver Titans when they were good. And I think, yeah, I mean,
I don't have a
He was
collection
also,
like that.
wasn't he the coach
No.
of the Fusion University?
What
Where
are
he
you
just a
spending
stacked
money
team as
on?
well.
He was.
He's, yeah, I mean, I think he's
I
the kind
don't.
of coach
I
that's
don't
just been
spend.
coaching good teams.
I don't.
and some
Elo
people
always
as
makes
soon
fun of
as
me because I don't spend a lot, but when I do spend stuff, I get like big things.
He
Like
could be a good assistant coach.
I just
though.
got a Rolls
I'm not
Royce,
sure about head coach.
which is.
I mean,
I did it for a meme. I don't
But
want to sound
the
like you
Spark,
know.
I disagree with almost all
I don't know
of
how
the
to feel about it. I
decisions in
like
terms
the
of who
car.
they
I
fielded.
enjoy the car, so I don't want to pretend like I don't like it. But I did it because Trisha wanted me to do it. Trisha Paytas, my co-host on the podcast we do. And
I can
so she has a
understand in
pink
previous
Rolls Royce,
years,
so-
it
so
takes time.
That's something I
to
spent a
create
lot of
these
money on
communication
recently.
structures. They've got a challenge
Other than
on
that,
their
not
hands
much.
because they're
You
trying to
know.
come in like a blend of two or sometimes even three languages. But you had time at the beginning
Yeah,
of the
no,
season
it's
to
great. I
do
mean, it's
shit,
really
to
cool.
actually
It's quite a flex.
That
to
is
have
a
all of your players
flex.
in the same place
haven't bought
and to
any
practice with them
rich
and fix
people
those issues before they
purchases
become
yet.
issues. And instead, you come into the first
What
season
about
playing a full Korean
your
roster.
whole virtual
and
world
all of
is
your
a pretty
excellent
big flex.
Chinese players are on the bench, and you're fielding like takoyaki over
Isn't it?
Gushui in some of the maps
But
as
I
well.
haven't bought
Yeah,
anything
oh
I just
my
can't
gosh,
get on
yeah,
board
so-
with what they're doing. I
Art.
can't.
I
Oh,
did
art.
not
Like,
understand
You know, the
the
richer stuff.
for Watch Point Gibraltar.
Or going
I was
to an
saying
opera
like,
and
Winston, man,
sitting
get
at the
Gushui out.
Starbucks and laughing
Yeah,
out with
I was
peasants.
like,
I
there's
haven't-
no
I haven't
way.
done
Right.
any
I
of
was
that
thinking, Kaz,
stuff
it's like,
yet.
maybe we'll see
Well, do you
takoyaki
have?
sometimes. Maybe
You're
they'll
probably
put in
doing
for
pretty
wine or
well
something, I'm
now.
not entirely
Is
sure.
there something you want, like
and then
materially?
we
Like
go
maybe
to
we
Watch
could figure out
Point, I'm
something
like,
for you
I
to
might
buy.
see more
Treat yourself.
Gushui,
to.
and then it loads in, and we're like, oh, why is takoyaki in? Why? This is Gushui's map. Surely.
Clothing.
You're gonna field him for any map in the
Clothing.
season. This is the map. Also, Gushui is just a ridiculous player. He's way better than Takoyaki. Maybe Takoyaki has a bigger ceiling, but not what's currently visible.
Did you see Rush tweet that Takoyaki was going to be the best tank in the league when he joined the Spark?
That's so cool.
Did you guys see that?
I remember this actually.
Yeah.
I do remember this.
Rush tweeted saying
I have a
he will
bidet.
be
It's not
best,
super
the best
expensive,
main
but
tank
it's
in the
definitely a
league
good
or something
investment
like
if
that.
you wanna treat
when-
yourself.
when the
Well,
announcement
wait,
posted.
wait one second. Let me
Robot
remember this.
bidet.
Let me do a
The
quick,
one that talks
a quick
to you
Google.
guys.
A
Takoyaki
quick
was on
Google.
Hellenistic.
He was on Hellenistic, so there you go.
Yeah,
There's
he's
what
trying
we
to
Yeah,
do it.
I think
What?
that
You tell me what
I
to buy
mean,
that.
he's just
That's
hyping
a
up his
big
boy.
one today,
I feel
Nick.
like
You
it,
know
right?
what I
Because
mean?
but then he's
What does
hyping
it
him
tell
up
you when you
over
shit?
Fearless,
Well,
who's on his
I'm-
team.
I'll keep
He's
track
saying he's
of
gonna be the
what's
best main
happening,
tank
you
in
know?
the
It's like a-
league.
it's like a
Oh,
I don't know,
analyze
man.
your-
It's just fucking weird to me.
It analyzes your
I
feces
didn't
for
understand
like nutrition
that
and
point
stuff
of
like
view.
that. You think?
Like,
Yeah,
from watching
like,
Takoyaki's
great
games and
work.
contenders, he didn't seem like
Oh,
an
encouragement.
unbelievable
Yeah.
talent that was coming in.
Are your
don't know.
poops generally?
I think he's good, but I don't know
How
why
are your
he's so
poops
like
generally?
Gushui
Clean,
in this current-
dirty? Is it
current meta.
hard?
I
Is
mean,
it
why,
easy?
where was,
Like, what,
where
tell
was
me-
anyone?
Describe
Where
your
was
time
half
in
the
the
roster for the
Where was
Spark? Where was
Liga?
League? Where was
Liga,
Liga? Where
yeah.
was
Where-
Liga?
where's my
fucking
Chinese
Coldest?
backline?
I actually
Where
don't
was any of my players for the Spark,
I
man?
haven't
Coldest
looked at
Liga,
my
like
own
anyone.
poop.
Like
Where is Shy on
I-
Tracer? Why is
Really? You don't? I look at my poop every single
that
time.
was the story.
No,
I took a massive L.
Really?
for the
You
Spark, by
grossed
the
out
way.
by your
I took a
own
massive
poop.
L. I stood firm. I locked my
See, you should
shields
look
against
at it just
everyone
to
that
make
you
sure
dare
like there's
say
nothing
that
like the
Spark is
colors
gonna be
right
bad.
at least. You know what
And
I
I
mean?
got
But, like,
fucking
if
dumpstered
if I
because
look
of
at
these
it,
box
it's my
decisions.
memory.
Like hardcore.
Dude,
Well, it's
this
in your
spot
body. I mean, that's a
exactly.
lot more
Look at IDK's
visceral.
health bar and look how long it stays that way.
Right.
He gets headshot by
Two,
Carpe.
3, 4. Oh,
Dude,
only about
he-
6 seconds. 6 seconds.
It was longer than
You
that.
look at
It
your
was
own
about
poop. You
10
look-
seconds
okay, well, let
worth
me
of
ask you, do you
gameplay
look at
where
your
IDK
wife
sat
to
on
make
0
sure you're,
HP
like,
and
butt-
MCD was trying to
my
hit the
wife I
tanks
do
and didn't
look
look at him
at
once.
just so
Like,
that
That's
the
really
brick
cool.
had to
I'm
literally hide in their
healthy.
spawn.
That's
Like,
really
I'm
And-
cool.
bleeding
That was
out.
Okay.
ridiculous. I was like,
Okay, so you're getting a little bit of
I'm
a
so
stool
glad they're
sample,
done
so that's
pretending
good.
now.
Yeah.
Let me ask you
Business,
this,
stop
a little bit
pretending,
more
Spark.
in
Stop
It's time to
pretending.
get. It's
How
time
long? How many
to get
wipes
on the
in
list
until you look at the
because
toilet paper?
this
Like, will you look at the
unacceptable.
first
It
wipe,
made-
or do you
I
wait a
took a
little bit?
gigantic fucking L
I
on the
look
Spark
at-
this week.
Okay, this
Unlucky.
Yeah.
is
And the thing to me is,
Go ahead.
I'm now worried for the whole
Go
of the
ahead,
rest of
answer
the
the
season
question.
because even
I
when they
look at
bring in
every
new coaches,
I look at every
or
single
rather
one.
promote a different
Oh,
coach, which
everyone.
by the way
There you have it.
doesn't
So-
usually
so
fix
you're
the
very
issue.
familiar with your
Hello,
poop.
does anyone
Yeah.
remember New York and London where they're just promoting their own assistant
sometimes the
coaches
first one's a
fucking
doozy,
repeatedly,
to
but
be
they're all
quite
using
frank.
the same actual system of
true.
coaching, which is the
That
fucking
is true.
core problem
But
in the
do you-
first
do you
place.
look at every
I don't think
single
this
one
is
of
going to
your
fix the coaching issue necessarily.
Well, I used to,
But
but
even
now
if
I
that
have a
did get
bidet,
fixed,
so I
even
don't
if you
use
brought
it.
in really good coaches,
But yeah,
the fact
yeah.
that they're
Well, I don't
fielding
think I would look
a
at every
full
single one. I
Korean
think I would
team
look
right
at.
now
But I'm looking at my
implies
poop
to
in
me
the
that they
toilet,
didn't
so it's
do
like,
the
you know.
groundwork that they should have been
I got
doing
quite a
to
perspective.
start integrating more
I
and
look
more
at my own
Chinese players.
pee.
And if you haven't been spending all
you
of your
do?
past time that you had available doing that,
Thing, because guys
good
don't
luck
even
doing
think
it in the
about it, 'cause it's like,
future
oh, I'm
because
peeing,
now
you
you
know what I
actually
mean?
have to
Of
win
course
the
gonna look-
matches too.
Hmm?
So that's
Yeah, that's true.
if they
Speak
had
for all guys on that.
Pick up
not
the
even
Chinese
a-
players to begin
an
with.
I look at my piss every time.
You know?
I smell it
For the purpose of
every time.
picking up the
Thank you.
Especially these
Yeah,
Chinese
self-care.
players, man. These guys are so good. These are some of the best.
Use
players
it or
in
lose
the
it,
league. They
bitch.
could be on Chengdu right now.
Every time,
and I
pretty
would
much.
never had to crow on
What
Philly.
do you mean?
I would I've never
Good.
The last signing
Sometimes it's
was
not
the
a solid.
20th
There's
of
always like
November.
you know.
They've had 5 months.
It's just hourly
Friendly
piece.
fire,
and
casualties
it's
of war,
not
or
even
whatever you
like
want
they
to
can
say.
make the argument
Like
of,
I'm just saying.
Will you fucking piss
that
all over your
they
balls
were-
too?
Isn't
you know,
always
it's
a
like
perfect
Philadelphia
shot.
where you had visa issues and
there's
they're
always-
250 ping.
Just sit.
These guys have
Because standing is healthier and better for men. It's been done because we have different biology.
You can sit
You could
and
have
pee.
started doing
I don't
this
want to sit and pee.
process Since
Yeah.
the very
It's
fucked.
beginning of this year.
Demasculating,
You
but
had
I
like
personally
4
don't
months
mind
to be
if
able
men
to
want
do
to
this.
sit down and pee.
And
Yeah.
Why would you want to be demasculated?
if they're not not ready now. They're not gonna be ready.
When you are a man, you should seek masculation. Things that are masculine are good for men. Being demasculated for men is unhealthy.
Heard the
I want
screw
to
the
know
pooch
about
before, but never fucked the dog.
But allow yourself demasculation when it is required to be something else. But don't fucking seek or find your masculation, please.
Sometimes
Life does not
after,
make
you
noise.
know,
So
I
I'm
said
trying to figure out exactly.
ejaculating. Sorry.
I
to be
said you
rude
don't want
for you
noise,
here,
and then
but,
I was assuming that
I guess
people
it, because
understood
it probably gets
that
blocked
light
up with
also
some shit and it just
disrupts
goes.
sleep.
Like sometimes
It
it'll
is
just
the
go straight.
antithesis of sleep.
That's one of the
I
really
think
bad
you can hear light, and I think there's a spot for the
urinary
Avengers on
accidents you can have.
Yeah,
You can
I
have
think
like
you're
a
ready to
full-on
go. I think you're ready to go, pal.
You know, that's rare. That is rare though. Most other times,
Yeah, I
it's
mean, the
just like a
spark
couple of
just fucking
droplets
moved
might
me
hit
and everything I stand for as well. I
might
I
just
hate
kind of ricochet out,
I don't
and that's fine. You wipe
I don't
those up. If
understand
you're a
Dante.
good
But-
guy, you
but-
wipe
doop,
those up.
doop.
You don't leave those on the seat. Shame on you.
Learning so much about the penile.
Yeah.
Vancouver Titans, there was a player.
Essentially,
The penile
yes.
erectus,
Well, technically he
indeed.
was an analyst,
A mysterious-
not an assistant coach.
A mysterious critter.
But
Indeed.
I think, but Adante
I
was
have
separate
a
from
vagina.
the Taijon
Oh,
Tree
what?
coaching though, because he was originally with Jisoo
The
Busan
penis doesn't
Wave.
bother
Let
me so
double
much. The
check.
balls
Yeah, he was.
sometimes
He was
really
Jisoo
annoy
Busan
me.
Wave when
They
Jisoo
just-
Busan Wave was looking
They
pretty
just
good.
get in the way sometimes, especially like when I'm
so
sleeping. I sleep on my
They,
side and
they
I feel like
haven't
my
had the same
balls are
career
always
path
in
for
the
like he has
fucking
been
way.
with them
It's
teaching
so
university
annoying
and such.
sometimes.
So like
Why don't
they
you
could
just tie
have
them
different
together?
methods, you know, moving forward.
But
Like
they are
I was
tethered.
pogging not
It's
so much
just
because of like Adante coming
You
forward to be
know.
the coach. It's more
Maybe
so
tape
like
them up?
I don't think
Tape
Paijan
them
was
up.
really ready
they're
to be a
really
head
sensitive.
coach,
You
and
know
it's
what I
not
mean?
really,
It
maybe an
sounds
assistant
like that
coach,
would
but,
might be a
like,
good idea, but
not
you
to be a
really
head
don't
coach.
want
Sort of like a
to
Wizard Young
put that
situation
kind of
where, like,
pressure on it. Even
maybe they
tape.
could be a
I
better in a
learned
different
about
role.
talking the
And
other
I think it's
day.
better
I
for
didn't
Spark
even
to
know that
make that
existed.
decision now.
Wait, what?
And
What are
try
you
out a
talking?
different
Like the
candidate
boner
than
under
it
the
is
belt?
to move
Well,
forward
like,
with. I think is going to be a failed
apparently guys have
experiment. You know,
this,
Spark
like,
is
secret
also-
power
I think
where they can
Adante
suck
has,
up
like,
their testicles
Spark is
into
also
their
one of the
body.
most difficult teams in the
Like-
league to
Oh,
coach.
my body does.
Because you
My
have
body
all
doesn't
of these
do that
issues you
actually.
need to resolve in
And
terms of
I've seen like in a
mixing
couple of
together
pornos. I
people
remember the
from very
first time I
different
saw
backgrounds
dudes.
in terms
What
of-
does?
because they come from
Oh,
I
you
think I
gotta
must
go
be
ask
able
the
to-
to be
watchman.
able to deal with that. Like it is
Watch.
It's so shocking. to me.
I got it.
Because
Or at
obviously,
least
you
the
know, it's a
coaches
biological. First time I saw that, I was a little bit freaked out. Don't defend any of our nutsuckers here, of course.
What a redemption arc that would
I thought you were talking about when dudes put their boners
what a
under their
redemption
belt
arc
line.
that would
Did you
be
know
for
about that?
four. After just
Well, my prediction.
What did you just say? Sometimes when
This is something probably you
just
deal
say what
with
you
more
just
of a-
fucking said.
you know, a teenager.
Before you speak this fucking, why are you speaking to her as a man then?
So that is on the path to actually-
Fucking, that's my question.
But now Paijan is.
And you're fucking quick on the fucking, just, like fucking, you're speaking for all men. You're warping your sense of men.
Under the belt line.
Immediately.
Okay.
let's
Man,
move on to the next team now.
Okay.
Who the heck did we want to talk about? Oh, I think the next thing to talk
You're
about.
abusing a trusting relationship.
I see.
I think that was clearly the best game of APAC this week. It was probably the best game of the week actually. Maybe Washington Dallas.
Well, just for you then.
would have
Okay,
been there
I
at
think
the same
Washington
time.
Dallas was really. I think that game was literally a smidgen
Right.
away from being a map
yeah.
So.
I
So-
see.
But this one,
You're not
this one
walking
was
around with a loaded
excellent.
gun
I thought the
everywhere.
level of play
That's
in this
that's
game
the
was
most humiliating
superb
thing,
as
man.
well.
So
And to
many
me,
times
the-
as a
I don't
What
know,
young
fucking-
man on this
but
bus,
to me, the person that
going
stole
to
the
school,
show
and
when
it's
I
like,
reviewed
oh,
this was
fuck, I gotta
Hopper.
get off the bus.
I
and I've
was
got,
not
like,
expecting him
a loaded
to be
weapon,
this
you know,
good.
What
about to
New York
perform a
doing
deadly
with him,
school
man?
shooting.
Jeez.
I don't know.
Christ.
I mean, what the
I
fuck?
bet-
were
Well,
they
it's crazy
doing?
because
You
it's
know,
just the same tank
at
line, right?
Joe.
From New York.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
And they look so different.
Of course.
But like the way that
Well,
Hopper
your
was
penis is a
pressuring
metaphor for
Jinmu
a
and then
weapon.
being able to also
But anyway,
put
you tuck
pressure
him
on
under the belt,
the back line,
and
then
Yeah.
he's just.
I mean, I don't see
he
any
was
other
so well
option.
coordinated with Philadelphia.
You just gotta do
I
it.
saw you do a little bit of the
So they're
review,
just
Josh, on stream,
Actually hanging
and
out of their
I popped in the
pants?
chat on my favorite map.
Yeah, yeah.
Havana.
The tip
Oh,
is
yeah.
definitely coming out under the
Philadelphia
shirt. It's
Fusion
a,
defense on Havana.
it's just a choice you have to. You kind
Actually
of don't have an
unbelievable.
option.
Just like
So yeah, it is
skill
coming
diff,
out of the
just
pants, but
everything
it's
diff
under the
shown
shirt. It's
on,
risky. Trust me.
on that
It's
map.
not.
I
It's
mean,
not
I
what
loved
you want to be
especially-
doing, but
they did.
you just pray
I will
that it
say
goes away,
Chengdu's
and then
comps
you can put
and
it
how
back
they were
inside.
playing
But
it
yeah,
too
no,
was a bit
it's out
whack.
for sure.
But the way Hotbo was able to just control the sky.
Just tip, hey lad, there, fucking motor in the belt. You that all we're talking about? Yeah, fuck. That was a high school miracle. How about fucking a shirt?
Door with a game plan. It's like, okay, we're gonna do our Chengdu thing, right? We're gonna do ball and everything, and then they were forced to swap.
Dude, I feel
they were
like I
this is
don't
just
know
not
that much
gonna
about the
work ever.
vagina. To
So
be
we need to
totally
swap,
frank.
and then obviously it just resets
It's so
everybody apart
mysterious.
from like one person's.
You know, I
"Oh,
understand the
think maybe
basic
a diva,"
anatomy of it, but
and then they
there's
just
just a
got
lot
booty blasted
that's mysterious
for,
about it.
for the next 2
To me,
minutes.
just
I mean,
the
they
whole
tried to
kind
play
of
Rush, and they
daily
didn't look like they knew.
whole-
I mean,
the whole
so
daily
far, the only team in APAC that can play
existence with
Rush
a
is
vagina
Philadelphia.
just is not
I don't know
something
whether
that
you
I have
guys have
a good
a
understanding
different
of,
team
really.
that you would put up there,
No.
but I haven't seen anybody that can play Rush.
The song the ladies sing.
I mean, I think Chengdu in
And it's
general is not a team
friends.
built for
How
Rush.
Because they're all they're so
And in
out.
particular,
Yeah.
I was impressed with
It
I
seems
mean,
much more
I've already
comfortable to
said
have a
Fusion,
vagina. Like,
They
just
were
everywhere.
they've been,
I could
they have-
just-
I have to
walking
admit,
around
they
every
would
day,
just-
like, just
and
much
I
more
could
comfortable,
just-
nothing hanging
and
out,
but
nothing
then
crazy,
when-
you know.
And
I
now,
always
game was a
wonder,
little
why
strange.
is it that men
Jinmu-
wore pants and
Jinmu
women wear dresses?
just-
Because I feel like
He did a Jinmu thing
considering
where
that
he
you guys
said,
have
"I'm going to
full
play Pharah,
packages,
and I will
even
not
if you
stop
100%.
ever.
Right?
I will never stop playing this
100%. You're
character,
dead on. I've
ever.
actually,
No matter what
I've
anyone
also
tells me
thought about
otherwise,
that. It's
until
like,
it's too late and we
you
have to
know,
make some shitty swaps. And
we've got it all
so
wrong.
let's play some
That's
fucking.
sad.
No, I'm not
It's
playing.
just
So, I
outrageous
mean, they didn't even
to
play
me.
him for this for
You guys
Havana because they're playing
pretty
Jimmy.
flawed.
Well, they
Yeah.
started
Yeah.
Leave on Fire though. They
I
started
agree,
with the
you know,
same Sombra
like
Farah, but with
the
Leave.
underwear
What I'm
that
gonna
you
do
wear,
is
like,
pray to
the
the
white,
god of
you know,
this
the
lighter.
classic kind of
Well,
underwear you
here's
think
the-
is
Whichever lighter this god prays to,
This
It's
game
actually
back, I
very
thought
Listen
was
to
a
it.
terrible map
for
Chengdu.
fertility.
Because
God,
they were playing Havana and
lighter,
King's Row, and
your,
those maps are, like,
medium.
not
restricted like that. So I
Um,
think
but
doctors
at the same
recommend
time, that's
Very
part of why
wise.
Philly is a
which
better
most
team
students
to
do.
me.
But yeah, this
Work,
is what
please,
they not
as a
really
prayer.
for your-
And then
forever
Free,
if you
right?
can, but
Children.
may I have a
pretty
Beck?
much
Would
play
be the
everything. They've played
fucking-
all comps, they've played
What was
the-
it like having
the double bubble
a
comps, they
kid
played the
with
rush
the,
comps really
you know,
well,
with the
and
whole
shock, sure they're on the same kind of tier.
pregnancy
But other
Was
than
it
those two, it
exciting?
really is. It's Philadelphia.
Yeah, it was-
They're the only team in APAC.
I mean,
It's
that can
super
play.
crazy
Fusion
now.
actually
It
has an
seems like a
advantage over
fever
Shock
dream
simply
now,
because
'cause
Shock
it's been
actually
almost
can't.
2
They
years
have to
since he was
swap main
born,
tanks to
but-
play every style, and Fusion doesn't.
It's intense, dude.
Yeah.
It's really
Although
intense.
Mano's
The pregnancy,
ball,
it's just.
I'm still not
But it's like
convinced
it's
by.
like
I think
semi-traumatic
Gaga
in a way that
hard
it's like so
tanked
intense
him
and
on
so
the ball,
emotional
Manos.
and at times
And,
scary
Yeah,
and
but
at
that's
times
kind
fun.
of just like a region
It's like you,
difference.
it's
in
like
that,
when
the
you're
fact that,
sick
like,
with the fever, you
China
almost
just
forget
they're just
what
so
it's
good at silly
like
ball. They're so
to
good
be
at silly
sick.
ball.
You know what I
like,
mean?
in
Like
general,
when
they
you're
produce
sick
the
and you're
best
like,
ball
this is the
players in the
fucking
world.
worst.
I don't know
And
what sort
then
of ball
a month
academies
later,
happen
when you're all
over
better,
there.
you forget
I don't
how
know what the
terrible it
training
was.
regime
Does that
is,
make sense?
but
Yeah,
Not
they
that
just do
not
it
that it was
differently in China when it comes
Not
to
that
silly
it's
heroes.
terrible.
Yeah.
It's not. It's amazing. But
I mean, I predicted Philadelphia.
it's
to
so
win this
far
series
away
3-1,
now that the
but it
emotions
was
of it
actually
are
large part
hard
because
to
of the maps.
capture. But
Um,
it was
so
amazing.
I'm asking you
Ela,
guys,
my
what
wife,
are you
did an
guys' vibes
amazing
around
job. She's like
maps being so
super
important in series? I
strong,
think I asked this
and
question
she
last
was like
week
a
as well.
trooper. And
But
I
feel
think
like
compared to
with
some
different
pregnancies
maps,
I've heard about,
because,
she
as you
had
pointed out,
a
Gaga playing the
relatively good
Wrecking
one.
Ball, like he's so damn good on that hero
And what was
that
it
Chengdu
like
could have definitely
seeing
won
your
some,
son
you know,
for the
other
first
maps.
time?
Had they been allowed to play
That
more
was
ball.
crazy.
I
So
still think we're in the territory
Theodore's
where we
head.
don't appreciate
So the doctor.
like,
I don't know what's
especially, you know,
normal. It's not exactly what I
individual
expected, but I was
map
happy to help
sway in
out.
one team's favor
So the
because
doctor
certain
had me like
compositions are better
hold one
than
of her
others. I
legs,
think actually,
and so I was right there
come
front,
melee,
you know, front
we
and
might
center.
even see a couple of
So I saw
surprising
little Theodore's
results because
head
of
come out,
we'll
start
get
coming
losers
out,
pick
you
by
know,
then, right?
and it's
So
like
we see
hairy and
teams
clumpy.
be
He
able
looked
to
like a little
purposely,
meatball, like a
intentionally
turkey
play to their
meatball,
strengths
not like a
more and
because it
try to
was like
hide some of
white,
their
so it was like a
weaknesses.
turkey meatball. You know what I
Whereas,
mean,
like,
without
with this
sauce
series, I felt
coming
like
out.
Philadelphia like got
And,
really good maps for them. And so I felt that like
It takes
They
a
did get
while.
down
There's
with
like
a good hand.
pushing and pushing and screaming and
you know,
pushing and
I don't
she-
know if
and my
Philadelphia
poor
would,
wife. It's like you
how
could
it
just.
would look if
It's so
Chengdu could
hard.
play
It's just
some other
hard.
maps
It's
where they
just
were
so
allowed
hard
to
work.
play
She
more
thought she wasn't gonna
wrecking
make
ball
it.
and play to their
She kept
strength, because
pushing
they
and
do look a bit
pushing, not
forced,
like dying, but she was just
in
like,
this series
oh,
from
you
them,
know, it's just so much work.
composition-wise,
Like
compared to like
you're
New York
right.
Excelsior, where they just
Oh
like
man, it's a
fucking
lot.
pooed on them.
Anyway,
But,
she finally. The
But my big
craziest
takeaway
part,
from
dude, dude, is when the head comes out.
When
Yeah.
metas actually become good,
So his head
in
comes out, and obviously the
Overwatch, where you
shoulders is
have
the
a
just part of the baby. So the head comes
It
out
just
first.
makes me
And
mold
then what the
that we
doctor
all
does
got
to pull the rest out, he puts his
beaten into
hand on the
submission
baby's head
about
like
not
this,
being able to pick
and then he has
maps
to
for
turn the
series.
baby to
I mean,
get
like,
the shoulders
it
out.
happens so
and he
early on in
pulls it
Overwatch
out,
history,
and the
with
baby's
devs
like
just hitting us over the
a
head with a
gummy
big
bear
fucking
in the
stick
sense
that
that
was
he like
You will play
stretches the
one
whole
of
body. It
every
looks
type,
so
and you will
fucking
play
crazy.
the maps that
The
we tell you
doctor
to play, and you will
turns
fucking
and
like it.
yanks
we just
out,
got
and you
beaten
can
so
see the
many times,
body
we're like,
like
yes, okay,
stretching, the
alright,
neck
fucking
stretching, the
love
head,
it, yeah.
and it just
So,
it's so
wow,
crazy,
one team
dude.
really
Oh my
favored
God.
this one, aren't they?
The baby came out,
that pool.
He was
like,
healthy,
in
he
any
was
other
happy,
esport,
he
this would be
looked
considered
good, he was,
absolutely
you know,
atrocious. But
very
we just learn
lively.
to live with it because most of the time it doesn't make that much
Does he
difference. in
cry
the
like
game.
right away?
But as soon as you get a
or,
meta where
like,
it does make a difference,
He was crying right
you're
away.
genuinely in some instances.
We put him on
just gonna
they put him
give
on
a
like this
series to
warming
one
table, and they
team
do all these
because
tests on him
you
just to make sure
happen
that
to
like
have a
he's
map pool that
healthy.
was randomly
And I
selected
was
from
there
a
with
hat.
him, and he grabbed my
And
finger.
that I don't think is fun in any way. I mean,
Oh my
Yeah.
it's fun,
God.
but it's
He grabbed
not.
my finger.
It
And then
shouldn't be that
another weird
predictable.
part that you
And
don't
the better
really
the
hear
meta
about
gets,
is
the better
that
the
the
balance
umbilical
gets,
cord is
the more
attached to this
predictable it gets in that manner.
massive
Because when you see
placenta, this
like
Yeah.
organ, this
Havana
massive
and
organ.
Kings
And
Row
so
come up
they
for
basically take the
Chengdu
placenta
against,
and just
well,
pull
it
it
wouldn't really
out
work
of
for
her
this,
like
but for example, when they play at Hawaii,
like a
and if they're playing
ripcord,
against
you know?
Houston, right?
They're
If I
pulling
see
the
Havana
string,
and I
and
see
this
Kings Row,
huge
I'm gonna be
organ.
like, well,
I mean, it's like this huge.
fuck
It's like
Chengdu,
pulling
I
out
guess.
a liver. I
You know,
mean,
that's
it's just a
not-
fully formed
I don't
massive
know.
organ comes out of
you.
you.
Be in favor of a map pool system, though,
And then they
map
just,
ban
like,
system,
throw it
like
away.
they have,
It's
like,
just
Rainbow
out.
or
Well, they have it in the
Seeing the
playoffs. They
placenta
have
come
the
out. Oh my
playoffs.
God.
You get to
Oh my
pick the maps that you
God.
play. So,
throughout the
Is it a
season
big
too.
steak?
yeah, I mean, I don't
Yeah.
even think that should be
Oh,
a debate.
a lot of
I
actually,
think
you know
that
what's
should-
funny?
is how it
People
should always
do
have
eat
been.
that. People literally. There was people
I
trying
mean,
to
I think we
convince
just
us to
gave up
eat
on
that.
this discussion
I
years
swear to
ago.
fucking God, that's a thing.
Just we were like,
Of
yeah,
course
fuck
it's
it.
a
I'm
thing.
not
It's
gonna
become
win
really
this fight,
popular.
so when-
People eat the fucking
I
placenta.
also feel like it's,
Why?
you know, it's sort of like
They
meta.
I think there's like some people
We
think
have
it's like
meta, where it's like,
superfood.
who
It's
fucking
super
cares for
nutritious
balance? You're
and it's
just
good
gonna
for the
play goats
baby through
forever
the
and
breast milk.
always on every
Some
single
people
map,
think
every single
that
point, and there's no
Yeah.
variation ever except for stage 3 where Shanghai Dragons won. But it's like, so you get to the point where like,
I don't know.
like,
I don't
why-
fucking know.
So you sit and piss to fucking be whatever you are, but you think eating natural sustenance that every animal in the whole entire animal kingdom eats after birth
So
is disgusting.
taking out
So you can just shut the fuck up, basically. How's that?
organs you don't need. It's like a placenta.
Pretty much, fuck off.
argument of having
Yeah,
users
pet-
Where are you? Go away.
It's like taking that out probably because
greatly
you don't
increased in a
necessarily
meta
need
like
that.
this,
Hey,
where
fucking-
maps actually matter like quite a lot. Because if you're a Rush team and you're like, hey, we've got
That's
3
insane,
Reinhardt
though.
maps,
You're
like we
debating
can play
now.
May
You want
Ryan,
more?
Bye.
Nepal. It's like
Yeah,
Bye
we're trying to
bye.
get more.
Bye bye.
You can force it on Sanctum if you want, and then you get someone who's like,
I think this was
yeah,
a good
time to
this is
play,
a good week for Europe.
Ilios, and
but
you're
I
now
felt
gonna
like it
play
was
Rhino like well or something. It's
Not
like,
picking for Paris
it's
Eternal
harder.
because Paris
So
Eternal
it's
is like
like-
sort of my dark horse candidate team.
You
but
see
more
it
so
way
for
more in a
Lawrence
meta
Baccarat.
like this.
So,
It's
I
actually
mean, they
variety,
did also
and
lose
teams
in
play to their
5. It's not
strengths,
really a
and
fluke.
then you
It
get
keeps
to
happening,
like
they
you
keep
will
losing.
get to a new meta.
But
Yeah.
We're
you
going
mean
to
in the
100%
manner in
go
which
to
they
a meta.
lost? They managed
Where
to
The manner in
something
which
is
they
dumb
lost,
OP,
yes,
and you
yeah.
can play it on every map.
This-
every
I
single
think
point,
was a
and then
very
you won't be able to have the
sad
conversation.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
such a
absolutely.
Who cares?
Yeah,
Yeah.
of these. But that's the thing. The better the meta gets,
Yeah,
just the
more the
inability,
maps
the,
become
the fact you don't
problematic.
swap on the most
Like,
tightly
selection.
confined
So
final
it's like
area
you
of
get
Route
a really good
66
meta,
where
and then
you're
you're
just
like,
getting
oh,
no
fuck, no,
value
that's
out of it.
predictable.
You're relying on Costa to carry.
But
I mean,
fact they
whatever.
ran- at the
I
end
was
of the
really
day,
concerned
I'd rather
when
have
they
a
went
good meta
Genji even
than
against the shock on Junker.
a bad one.
You guys
I mean,
remember
you can
that
also
when
make the
Costa
argument
pulled
that
it out
like
and
if
they
you
just got
know
rolled.
the pool ahead
And
of
I was
time,
like,
'cause you know the pool,
oh,
you
this
just don't know
team
exactly
still
what
doesn't know
maps,
what
right?
to play.
Is
Okay,
always
they're
the order
getting
gonna be
early
played.
success, but
You can make the
and they
argument
look
that, like,
okay. The coordination
teams
and
should
the like
be
style from the
perfecting
Gladiators'
their
aggression is good.
strategies on each
But
map
that means
independently.
diddly squat if you
Right?
pick the wrong
And, like,
meta. And
sure,
it feels
certain
like
maps
if they
might favor
keep
certain
just
strategies, but,
playing
like,
these aggressive
if
comps,
this is
and
your
this doesn't end
style,
up being
you can
what's
generally
most
make it
powerful.
work.
They
You know,
could
I mean, we've
be
literally
in a
seen
world of hurt.
Shanghai do that.
Sombra wasn't
in
good, though,
season
either.
3, right?
Can we talk about the
So-
Paris
or not season
Eternal
3,
though?
in
I
season
mean,
2.
they get to
Though I do agree
they get to
that
500
on average,
this week,
yeah,
right?
probably at
They
this
get
point
2
we could
wins.
re-examine map pools.
Going
but
into
it's such a meta-dependent thing.
what
that,
this
like,
week
you
coming
know,
up,
the
they have
finest
the Titans,
breath
so they'll get
will
another
blow
win
over
there.
this fucking house of cards,
And then they
it's all
also
gonna
have the
come tumbling
Shock,
down.
which
Yeah,
I
and
think
suddenly
will
we're
be a
just playing Russia
really
everywhere, no
interesting
matter what,
series
even on Gibraltar.
Yeah.
if they can continue this
Yeah,
level.
I mean
of
that
play.
can definitely. I don't think
But
they
they
can.
are-
I want to
You don't
return
think
to
they
the match
can?
at hand a little bit. I think the Paris
Philadelphia
worked
Fusion.
well here
Because
because I want to return to one of
Gladiator
Jonathan's
boomed
points
themselves.
from.
I
They
think it was like
ran
2 weeks ago at
into
this
the
point,
Paris
where he
Eternal's
was talking
defensive
about a
column
honeymoon
over and over.
period.
Shock
We
don't
all
play play some crazy
poo-pooed
aggro
Jonathan's idea of it being
Genji
a honeymoon
comps.
period.
They don't.
But
They
Philadelphia
play with,
really do.
in
look
any
like
scenario where you're going to be
they've-
trying to.
Yeah, so here's
like,
another
bunker
snippet
down
from the
against
Christopher
them. The Shocker
interview as
going
well,
to
Yiska,
play
where he was
at that
saying
same
that
tempo.
a week
except they've
before their
also
first
got
match,
super on Rhino.
the
or something.
fears that the fans had of them
They don't
underperforming
stylistically match
were
up well
probably
against
going
the
to be
Shocker.
true.
I don't think
Anyway,
that
it's
it's
a
fair to
1 week
expect them
run
to
up
win
to
that
the
game.
to the first
It's
match.
a
They
scenario
improved
where they can get a
dramatically, and it felt like
3-1
things just clicked.
tournament qualifier, which
And
pretty much guarantees some knockouts, right?
I think as well he was very
really happy if you're
in
the
that
Paris
interview. He
Eternal
said
being
it's
able to
unlikely any APAC team
make
goes
a
4-0
knockout
and
rounds.
And he
I mean,
also
you haven't
said
made one
probably
so
when
far
Funny
this
Ass
I need my brother
and,
Philip.
Poco come
Yeah,
back,
I mean, we can
we're
jump
gonna
onto
have
this
some
later
downtime,
topic
or
actually
like
about
a dip in
Paris
our
and Boston,
performances.
who both
My brother
went
did not go
2-0
down
right
without a
now.
name.
Yes.
I made sure of
Because
that.
How
I
likely
did
do you
want to
think
pose a
it
question
is
to you guys.
Jonathan,
Do you
my
think
choice.
either of these teams makes the knockouts? For Paris
That
Eternal,
Philly
they just
My
made the final.
urgency.
Naturally, like 5 and 5
I
last
gave
season.
him
Do you think there
the
could
blessing
be, they're a little lucky
of
that
Philip.
They could go 6 and 5, right? Because they have the
with
Vancouver Titans
Auburn,
coming out. They're a
Toby,
little
and then
lucky
it-
that a third
and
of their
Peanut
wins was a little
survived.
bit coming from the Vancouver Titans because they played them in week 1 and
I mean,
again
this is
now.
what it starts really cool on Mondays.
But still, they
I
have
haven't
been
had a chance to actually
impressive
watch those
outside of
games.
that too.
This
Most
past
recently,
week-
like
this
ever
past
since
week
week
anyway,
6,
'cause
Paris
I
Eternal
would
have been
review on
heating up.
Tuesdays.
Is this
So I
their
haven't been able to watch
tournament?
these games.
Can they do
I
it?
think
That's why
Paris,
you guys are
I
here,
think
so you can talk
Paris
about
will
that. I
make
don't
Summer
have to.
Showdown
But
knockouts.
I feel like
I worry
Whoa.
that Boston may have a repeat
he was
scenario
resetting. They
of
were in
last
the
tournament
Yeah.
where they
Oh,
won the
okay.
first
It was a
two
terrible
games.
I mean, couldn't they always
and then they
theoretically
lost the
have
next two
a
games and
second
then went out
honeymoon when
in
they
the
get the
first
players
round?
back?
Here's the
Because
thing
they've been
about-
divorced
They
and
play
then remarried,
Outlaws
you know,
in
and
the
that's
Rain
a second
coming up
honeymoon.
next.
Didn't they
They
say in
do
this
have a
interview
week
as well
off,
that Hotspur
but
and
they will
Toby
play
on 30-day
two teams
contracts?
that are they
Yeah,
lost
they
to
did say they were
Atlanta
like 30-day or like
but
short.
Rio
But Chris also
in
said
the
that
knockout for the
they
previous tournament,
will
although a
probably have
different
to renew
meta.
those and like continue.
very
It's just that
I think
they're
Paris
just
is in
taking
a
it,
much
like,
better
month
spot
by
to
month because
finish
they
with one of
literally
the
don't
higher
know the
seeds.
ETA for Astro
Getting a
Poco
3-0 against a
and
team
it
like the
can change
Titans,
on,
right?
like, a day
I
by
know
day or
increasing
week by
that
week basis. So.
map count.
They're still gonna be
What if they
playing
get a 3-0 there? They're
Those
looking at
games
a
are problem
9 and
with
3
them.
map
Like, I
count.
was
You know,
But
exactly
can they
in a
actually
situation
make it,
where
Matt? I'm
one
not
week
asking
it
whether
was
they
like,
get
oh,
make it
you're
to
ready
the
to go to
qualifier.
Hawaii.
you know?
Yeah, make it to
I don't
Hawaii,
know.
the
I don't know
actual
if there's any
summer
way they don't
showdown.
kind
Are
of-
we going to
I
get
see them being
Paris?
picked up almost full time.
Because I'm not even sure whether
Maybe
Paris
not if we
can
get
fly
halfway
to
through the
Hawaii, by the
season,
way.
you
I
know,
don't know
maybe
how that would
off-season
even
contract,
work.
but
But if
almost
they
permanent,
were
Take a
able
vote.
to...
I mean, they
Or
probably
spend
have
it
to.
in
They
Canada.
can't sign 2-way contracts, so they probably have 2 jobs.
Leave now.
How
Can
long
they
would
make
that
it?
take even?
I mean, I
From
think-
Paris to Hawaii on
yeah.
a boat?
It would take
I mean, I think
many. I
that
mean, it wasn't the
eventually
average
you're going
journey
to get
from
this
like
dip, like you
Spain
said,
to North
where it's
America.
like,
Like,
we need to
granted, that was with
reintegrate
non-modern
Funny
boats,
Astro
like
and
6
Poco
months
into
or
our
something.
team.
So they could
And I
probably
bet
do
even
it in
some
like
of these players
2
on
to
the
3
Philadelphia
now.
Fusion,
No,
they'll be
there's
like,
no way it
if
still
ain't
takes
broke,
2 to 3
like,
months.
don't do
Shipping
it.
it,
Obviously, they're great
shipping
players.
around the
What I'm
world
saying
would
is,
be
like, if you
impossible.
start-
I have no bag of money. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. With my foot all healed up, I'll do laundry.
But that was also probably
Na 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 na.
That takes 2 weeks from the
Yeah,
West
to me,
Coast.
Philly really
So,
do.
that's
Like,
Paris, that's
actually,
like
all parts of their roster are
7
fucking
weeks.
popping.
Oh,
Alarm's
hold
having
on.
an insane
Google
performance.
fucked up.
Toby's
Everyone say we're gonna go to the thing, and I'm gonna go alone.
Rascal has
Only get a tuxedo, let's see how long that takes.
I mean, if you book a boat, you'd have to go through the Panama Canal or the Northwest Passage or something in order to get through to the
to
Pacific
get to
side.
Hawaii.
And
Yeah,
Campbell's
that's
just
true.
that would be insane. Like that would take so long. They look fantastic. It's not just like going to the East Coast. I really think that
Will the bow tie?
to know here is
Now the selection of the bow tie is impeccably, perfectly, and I'll choose the one, of course, suited to me. It'll be the first one I touch, but the one I wear, the gentleman could pick.
I feel like Paris Eternal have hardcore potential. Like, they've clearly shown now that they can take down teams like the LA Gladiators if they mess up. I mean, you gotta say that LA Gladiators, they didn't exclude the best match in those final maps. They were booed. Absolutely.
I mean,
That's
they look incredible
part of
with the new additions,
your
and they look really
responsibility
good.
as a mid-table
Now,
team,
there seems
being
to
able
be
to
a little bit of
capitalize on
discussion
opportunities given to
that
you,
the
just
APAC
as this
region
one.
seems
So
pretty
when the
weak
top teams
right
slip
now,
off, whether it's the
relatively
shock,
to what
not
was
figuring out their
last year,
lineup,
because
whether it's
Shanghai
the
Dragons
LA
are
Gladiators,
not as good as they are.
not figuring out their
Chengdu obviously,
compositions,
fantastic
Dallas
team,
Fuel,
like, I love the
not being able to figure out the meta, you know, which
But
they have historically,
do
but
you
you
feel
never know
like
with Dallas Fuel.
Yeah.
These kind of
this
teams,
per-
when they
level of
struggle
performance
or
from
have
Philly
like one
especially,
issue, if you
like, do you
capitalize on
think
that,
this
that's
would have
that's
had them
awesome. That's
dominating
what you should be
last
looking
year
for, and I feel like
against,
Paris
like, a really
Eternal.
good
How many weed
they
points
have
do I
that
got,
good
boys?
They
I'm
have
gonna
that
say they
good-
What if I use the weed points?
Hold the tiebreaker over the
Can I go?
Gladiators.
Can I go? These roaches matches are like,
because they need them.
I'm gonna save these roaches for a while, boys.
They'll have a very good
I'm not. You think I'm just gonna smoke all these fucking things in the dead one day?
I don't think Philly are going to continue.
I don't think there's just weed in there. Maybe new knows, and it's just like, how about I don't need anymore. What I could do is sit right here instead. So it's like,
There's no reason why
what I should do is go to the store and see if I can get some more weed. What this really means is I have to stay here and moderate these. Okay, affirmative on that. So what do? Open path of exile, of course. If only I had my fucking hideout. Oh god, like, you don't even know. Like, maybe you do, maybe you don't. Path of exile, fucking, where's my hideout? I earned it back, boys, and I'm doing it.
There was a draw in the middle of that, so it wasn't just a clean 3-0. And some of the matches were somewhat close, but clearly also his role and his Orisa are probably better than Fearless.
Yeah. So I don't think it's. I think Dragons are
the Boston Uprising right now.
Personally, you can almost argue that
is this their stage to like also capitalize in wins over
right now,
over other teams?
Or is it maybe just the fact that there's
I'm not as big a believer as you are in Paris.
I believe in Paris. I believe in Paris more so. Honestly, I don't think I look at Boston and I see that they played. They lost the map to Vancouver Titans, which is like not the end of the world. Like Titans have taken maps
other than eye test and like. But I mean,
also,
I don't know. I think Dragons are starting slow.
I think it's a worse iteration of Titans currently since they're not playing with Teru at all on May. They've been playing Lynx or May, which has been,
by the way,
honestly not his hero.
We will figure this kind of shit out.
Not his hero,
to
say the least.
Right? It's not like last year where we have to have all of these speculative discussions and then the teams only meet at the end of the year. We're going to see them regularly.
Can we get the laydown for the main? Because I casted this match and it was honestly kind of distracting because I'm not good enough of a caster to focus on the game and talk with Josh and whatever.
Makes this year so cool.
So I'm kind of a bit lost, but I'd love to hear your outsider perspective on what actually happened in the match.
Well, we haven't finished. We're finishing the. I will tell you that, but I feel like
we'll get to that. We have another sponsored segment.
I think also. I just don't think they have it in them. I think they just started out with a really easy stage so far since Mayhem.
The first thing that we want to get to then.
Well, let's talk about Mayhem. I think it was mostly Florida struggling.
The power rankings, right? So let's quickly adjust our power.
I just think Florida, the struggling Florida gave it a much higher impression because we're assuming Florida.
There shouldn't be too many
like still a top
shaken
beat, and I don't think they've been a top tier team
since
like
definitely a few that slide around.
Well,
let's talk about them shitting the bed repeatedly then, because they are currently on a 5-match loss streak. Let's start by slotting going 3-1 and making it to Hawaii for the May Melee. They've now lost 5 regular season matches in a row, and they've gone negative in terms of their win rate for some of the first times in the season. They started positive, and now this massive loss streak. And it's not like they're losing. It's not like they had a tough strength of schedule. Okay, there's some tough teams in there, like Dallas, and maybe you could argue Houston or something as well. But if you scroll back up to that, London at the bottom, underneath Toronto and Boston, and arguably even Houston, are teams that you should absolutely be beating.
Titans took maps off Houston and
even the Washington Justice have looked shaky at times. Yeah, fair enough. They had a good opportunity to be able to get things over. Florida
actually have redeemable qualities with Teru on May, and like their
it's no bueno
like
for the Florida
Spitfire showed.
It's a team that. I almost feel like none of us kind of predicted this.
What about Boston though as well? Because I really felt like that was
it seems like once
pretty awful performance as well from Boston, even though I don't think it'll continue like that throughout the season. There are arguments to put the Vancouver Titans
sign of just kind of having some type of adversity. They've just
I think that's folded everything up. However, personally, I would put Paris above them currently.
I mean, now you go up. Their next games are against the Dallas and Fuel and the Justice. Like, are we looking at a 5-4 stage for the 0-4 tournament for Florida? I think that's a realistic thing you're staring down the barrel of.
This roster should not be
a 7-match losing streak as well.
And their schedule doesn't get easier.
I think London had a really terrible first
They play Atlanta, Boston, Houston, and the Gladiators.
For Boston. I mean, I always think that there should be winnable games in there this week. There should be, but with the quality they've put forward recently, those are not. Now that you
with the way they've been competing right now, you wouldn't favor them in
in those
almost
maps
any of
look
those.
better than
Alright,
so I need a diagnosis from my
Yeah,
panel
I
of
had
doctors.
this argument
I've got a
myself,
couple of theories, all right?
but
So let me shoot these
I kind of
theories out,
discounted it
see if you agree with
because
them
I
and
felt like
propose your
the
own as
map
well.
versus
First of all,
Justice,
you've got to
I
look
straight
at
think
the
Justice were trolling
one
a
major
little bit.
difference
Like, I think they
between
weren't
this
taking it
year and
super
last year,
seriously at
right?
times.
Well, okay,
And
you could also look at
the
Slime and
Houston
Chris, but
match
I don't think anyone's
was
thinking that would be
untold
part of the
amounts of
problem.
prestige
But correct
in
me
the
if you're
map
wrong.
that they took.
But
Like,
OG
I
dying
was like,
first
it
a lot,
reminded me of like
and
when
also
Florida just
with
like let
how much
Houston
fate
cap in their
was
match.
a
It was like,
leadership figure for every team he's
I think
played
that was the
for.
prestige moment for Outlaws.
That
like,
to me
hardcore
seems
prestige.
like the obvious place to begin.
So
I don't know
just,
whether it's
and
a
just on
leadership
roster
aspect or
strength
whether
alone,
it's
I
the
find it.
OG aspect as well, but I
still
do know
would
that
put
he's dying
Boston
first in a
above
lot of these
them,
engagements.
Boston played some tough
because
matches.
of him and some
Boston
because
played
of
tough
the
matches
team.
still.
But
They
okay,
played
could
Fuel
be
and
more
they
of a
played
comms
Glass.
issue. The second part of this as well.
And it's a
another
Gladiators
theory
with their roster more
I'd
figured
rather
out
use
too.
well
They were playing Bird
Florida
Ring
were
and
winning
Mock,
a
like,
lot of their
lot
games
more.
last year by
So,
DPS.
I personally
diffing
felt
their
like I would still
opponents.
put
I mean,
Boston.
the same arguments could all be made for the London Spitfire as well. That has not happened in their most recent games.
I don't think so because
Yaki's
still,
had
even so, I still
phenomenal
think that like
moments,
Titans.
but
on the
it's
eye
not
test
like
look way
Yaki
better
and BQB have
than
taken over the
Spitfire did.
games that they've played.
All right, well, I'm not
BQB
going to
actually has been
let's move on.
very quiet.
Then yeah, I'll answer into.
So those are my two theories. What do you think about them, and do you have your own?
Is that? Yeah, I mean that's pretty much done, right? We didn't actually see anything.
I think
else
it's
that
an
would've
easy
shaken
thing
things
to
up.
just kind of
okay
point
with that.
to OG.
Wow.
Obviously, it's like a
Okay,
new
cool.
player in the
Let's-
team. I don't think
let's move on to the
Royals
APAC
really
matches.
performed as well
The APAC
as we've
region
seen
will
from
shift
him in the
around a little
past
bit, 'cause
either.
I think we had
it's
Chengdu as
just
the
kind
number
of
one
that duo. Yeah, I think if you kind of
or something like that.
look at his play, and maybe it's just kind of thrown off by the way that OG is playing at times. Those kind of things go hand in hand. I haven't thought he's been tremendous this year. And yeah, I think Yaki's had his moments, but I still don't know if that DPS duo is as explosive as it once was. Maybe they're just not.
You tweeted it, right?
Maybe they have to put more emphasis on OG because it's harder to keep alive, and it's
Uzi.
away from the others.
Never know
Seem like there's some major issues.
Welcome to Ravenclaw, Harry Potter. Are you in Ravenclaw? If you're not in Ravenclaw, this is Ravenclaw.
Let's push Fusion into the number one position and Hunters. So we essentially just swap Philly and Hunters.
Yeah.
OG
And then we didn't see Soul play again, right?
They have an opportunity to do
So
that.
good. Dragons
I'm still
good.
okay. I'm
So
still
weird
okay
the
with
way
Soul
that they're
3,
playing.
honestly, though.
What do you think,
Yeah, I
Johnny?
think
From what we've seen.
What's going on?
Until they Papige
Vas, you wanna
and
go
drop
first?
down the rankings. they'll be
I
fine
think
there.
Mayhem have had really poor reads on the meta so far this year. I think Hangzhou deserve to go above Charge. I think that's like their first mistake that's happened with them. They're another team that's really struggled to figure out what exactly they want to play.
Charge.
I don't even know where to. I don't even know
has
what to
been-
do with those.
I think their coordination
I don't know
around
what to do
OG
with
has been an issue. I don't know if I want to
Here's where you
necessarily
start
say
that
OG is the
conversation.
issue
Do you put the
because it's really
Valiant
hard
above the Charge?
to find when it
Could
comes
do.
to main tank in particular.
I
actually
think
would
this-
shape with a line
after I went
becomes
back and
like,
watched
is
the
your
VODs,
main
I
tank the
think that
problem
was
or
one
your
of the
overall
mistakes
team
that
structure
Valiant actually
the problem?
looked kind
That's
of
fair.
decent.
And
in
it's similar to
the
main
Ash
supports as well, but
conversations.
like at least for like the examples that I was thinking of
I
earlier,
watched
like
some of
Antigone
Crystal's
Shocker,
gameplay. Like,
clear
people sleep on him
reasonings
because
why
they
that
hate
or Violet,
Crystal
like
for
more
understandable
clear
reasons.
reasonings to
But
see
he
where
is
the
good.
support line is having
He
trouble
is
because
good.
you're not supporting
And
each
Guangzhou,
other
like,
literally, and you're
being
like
said,
doing really weird flanks or like off on
They
a
have a
weird
match coming
tangent,
up,
right?
and we'll get to Preds later.
I agree. I think.
Johnny.
For Mayhem, it's a meta problem.
I feel like though we're wasting our time talking about teams
well
that
around their
didn't even play
tanks.
this week. Like
And
the main meat and potatoes is
that's
just
like the
where
primary reason. I don't think it's a
NYXL,
talent
Hangzhou,
reason
and,
again
like,
for
the
this
flip
team.
at the
This
top,
team has all
right?
the talent necessary to be good.
So
Yeah.
I don't think
we
it
all
really-
agree with and Yaki still pops
Sure,
off, like,
yeah.
not as hard as he
I
used
mean,
to.
I think
Say
New
a
York
bit,
are in the
but,
right
like,
position as well.
Right now,
I
there's
wouldn't
only
put
one
them above
person.
Shanghai,
There's
even though
maybe two people at
Shanghai
times that are
prestige.
having a
Like New
very
York
solid
looked
noticeable impact on the
extremely
game,
shit in
and
their
it's
game
gone
against
over to
Chengdu.
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah, I would agree with that.
I think
And
I'm pretty happy
so
with this.
The
I think the bottom three
teams,
teams,
like they just
the bottom
all
three teams
around,
could be in
they
whatever
are
fucking order you
lost.
wanted. I
There's
think that
something
you could
about
make
them where
arguments for
their
Hangzhou
coordination is
as
off.
well.
They're not playing around the tanks particularly well.
I think it's
and
fine
they've been
like
hitting constant misreads on
let's-
the meta.
Let's move on to the
What do
next
you mean by
thing,
this
though.
meta misread?
Because do you want to do Preds first, or do you want to do our sponsored
I mean, the
segment,
June
Mr.
joust.
What was Florida?
I mean, if you look at
okay, all right. Well, let's.
They were playing the Lucio Moira early, but
let's do
then
the
also
Preds
on
first,
top
then.
of that,
Let's the
were
Preds.
never able
We have our
to,
top 5
the
matches
problem
of
is that they were
next
never
week.
able to, like, I feel like
So,
they found out what the meta was.
Our first
but
match
they never
is actually
realized
going to be a
exactly how they
clash of
wanted
the
to play.
clash of the
Because here's the heroes, right? You can figure out what the heroes is, but there's very difference in like when you look at you watch how they made
the London Spitfire.
and then when you compared it to like even Paris or Dallas, you know, and you see how their engages will go when you watch where their win conditions were, where they pressure out a tank, right? Like,
here's my
there's
thought
very
process
clear,
with
there's always
London.
the flow chart
is that
Overwatch that I say.
I think
pressure
so I
one
think
to
this is
get
like a
pulled out
3-2 game, and I
so it
thought
seems
it
like
was
the key
a
focal
conflict.
points of like when
But
you're
the
in
reason
joust,
that I'm
where's
going
the
with
diva
London
pressure
here
so you can set
overall
up your
is
engage,
that I feel like this
where
week
so
was
you
a
can move your echo into a
significant
more favorable position.
and this
Where
isn't really
is
based on too
poking
much,
some
it's just
tanks or poking a
speculation
DPS
based on
early
like
so you
one
take a flank and then
interview
get
with
in better
CS I was
spots to set up
listening
your
to.
call.
I feel
there's
like
all these sort of
London
little
came
mini
into this
steps
game
where Mayhem
came into
feel like
the
they weren't
league
understanding,
and
like, and also
choked a
of
bit
course
at the
still the
beginning,
content
and
of
that's
like messing up
mainly
their
based
timings
on
around their main tank engage,
their-
and messing up their
the
timings with
difference
OG and
between
like
what
when
I've
they're
seen
engaging,
from
which has been
them playing in
honestly
contenders,
relatively
and
consistent.
that isn't just
has been
like
to work around their main tank.
they
That's gonna kill me. He thinks I'm Wolf. Oh no! You stay off this lawn, Wolf.
They looked and understanding how they
I'm never gonna fucking near that
I
hound.
feel like this VQB Sombra,
Fuck.
I think this Tracer play, this is a case where like last bombs that they played the Genji, where teams are trying to force the Sombra a lot, but it doesn't.
That this
It's
is
not
a
always
bit
the
of
right
a
pick.
like New York first
To me, the
match
Sombra makes a lot more
thing,
sense
and they
versus
rebounded
like
week 2.
what like
And I
maybe
think
when
that
you're
they've
playing
got a
more of a
chance to
dive
overtake
team or
this.
against
But
an or maybe against an
I think
Echo,
the safe
right?
money
When you're
is
playing
on the
against
Boston
Echo a lot,
Uprising.
Sombra can make a
But
lot of sense because
I don't
Echo's
really
up
like
the
the
air,
way
so there's
that
less support on the
the
ground.
DPS
But Mayhem were just trying to force it, and Gladiator trying to force it against.
I am not as good yet. I will be when I am dead. He doesn't rise, man. He goes to the ground.
It's harder for you to set up neutral hacks.
Fuck. You just get that right one time.
Boston's favorite. I think
So
Boston,
I think
maybe London
in this particular
Spitfire
case
have
it is a little
Praise the Skeleton King.
Gladiators made the same exact problem.
They're gonna have high
Praise.
especially with
the Skeleton King who lives.
So
maybe they
I
pick
think
up
that Mayhem
somebody
right now are just not on the same.
fill that
It feels like a
spot.
worse version
Not
of Shaw.
entirely
Essentially.
sure,
They just
but
feel so disjointed.
I think Boston
They just feel
their
super,
current
super
look
disjointed, and they don't
pretty
know
not
what they want
bad,
to be doing.
honestly.
But they're even
Pretty
less
not
coordinated on
bad.
their main.
I just
At least Shaw
wasn't
kept main.
impressed with London at all.
Yes, they have
Yeah, I
excellent
can't in good conscience.
All right,
London here.
I'm gonna
I did a lot of
continue my story of Plat Chat
I gotta shore up
and
some of
the
my
copium.
risk taking
Okay.
here. So I'm just
All
trying
right.
to go for which is Boston to me.
You know what's
Obviously,
interesting? You say
a
that,
match
Johnny. You were the only
five-match low
person
streak
to
looks
get
really
every
bad,
match
especially on
correct
paper, right?
last week. We did
If we actually
7
take a look at those
Whoa.
matches,
Yeah.
yes, they should have
Except
beaten
I
the
changed
Houston
my New
Outlaws
York
in
cred
the
in hindsight
June
as
Just
to
Finish
show
Race.
produce.
I mean, that was a winnable match for them, but that's where the
But we keep it
compositional
together.
difference
Yeah, let's get the leaderboard
really
out there. Let's
made
say
a
that
difference
leaderboard
on
is
this.
good
Because
enough.
Houston Outlaws,
I'll
right,
make
they
that
were playing the
eventually.
slower compositions.
Yeah,
I was
They were
playing
playing
with
Poison
Poison
Maker,
also the
Dreamer was
leaderboard
playing
can't be
Orisa as well.
compromised by people
As for the
changing
Mayhem,
the
they were
cred
always
off
true.
the show.
Very true.
Because then it's compromised at that point.
And they
There's
got
no
full
point,
held
like-
on
I'm putting
Anubis
APAC
and
matches
Ike
without
full
watching the
held to the
odds.
Jake.
What do you want
But
me
apart
to
from
do?
that,
Well,
the two last games
I don't know.
of the
I don't know. I don't have the answer for you there,
of
honestly.
the June Just were against the Washington
Okay.
Justice with Decay.
So the
who
next
were
game is pretty interesting.
forced to be reckoned with. Okay,
It's
that's not the
San
Washington Justice
Francisco
that were
Shock
poo
against
and
the
just
Florida
like didn't know what the
Mayhem.
fuck they were doing.
Yeah, and I know that we've got a
was
little
the Washington
Florida Mayhem
Justice
simp
that
on the show.
players around the
but he's
league were
still
like,
not.
holy shit, the Washington
How-
Justice are
I
on
actually-
the
I
league. They're actually like
thought for
dominating
Mayhem's
in
first couple
space,
matches, they
which
didn't
I actually
look
tend to
amazing.
believe based on
For
their
where I thought they were
performance
gonna
against
be.
the Florida Mayhem and the San Francisco Shock.
They still
that
look like a
last
top
week
5 team,
qualification.
North America.
And then they lost to the Dallas Fuel 2-3 in a Lucio Moira mirror. I mean, how close is that? That's Dallas Fuel, and you
We're
go to
looking for
5
Florida
maps
to try and
playing
get
the
onto
Lucio
double
Moira.
bubble
So
comps if they want to be
that's
able
a pretty
to
good
win this
performance,
series, right?
I'd like to say
I think
anyway.
that's my thought process.
Now, losing these two matches is inexcusable.
Well, it also
Florida
depends on what
should
Shock
definitely
does
have
with their
beaten
tank
both
fight
of
too.
these
I
teams,
think
both
that's like the
Current
one
Defiant
big weakness
and
of
the Boston
Shock is
Uprising.
that like
But it's week
they do
one.
have
Hero pool has just
tanks
been
to
removed.
play anything
I'm willing to give them a 1-0.
They just
Yes,
don't
this
have
is
them all
really
at the
bad,
same time
especially
because
for
they
your
have to swap
aspirations
Smurf
of
and
qualifying
Super if they
for
want
the
to play
knockout
like Lion.
stages. For the Summer
That
Showdown,
doesn't normally
this
matter
is
though.
going
Like
to,
if you're going to play a Rhino or
make a
Winston
big
comp, you already
impact.
know when you come
I
into
don't
the
think
map.
all is lost yet for the Florida
Yeah,
Mayhem.
but
I think that they look
did that
pretty
a
good in the
little
main
bit versus, like,
melee.
Houston and
That's
stuff. They
where
were playing
BTB
Smurf
was
and they
popping
didn't,
off on
like,
the
they were
Ash.
playing
That's
like
where
Ryan and
Yaki
shit.
made
Like,
all these
they
big league plays, and that was part of why they made it so deep in the main melee playoffs, right? And that kind of catered to his style. I think for the main they still have it. I'm not gonna count this roster out yet. If they can like, pull their sleeves up, is that how you say it? Pull their sleeves up.
I don't even know what that. What are the
just
maps?
is that the same?
Roll
their sleeves up. Yes, that's it.
Pull the socks up.
I thought about pulling up your bootstraps or something. I don't know.
Pull up your breeches. Pull up your socks.
Pull up your pants.
Something like that. Yeah. As long as you make sure that OG is not like mentally down in the dumpster right now, you can salvage this because OG he still has the mechanics. Yes, he's not Fate, but DQB still has it. Yaki still has it. You can maybe integrate. Checkmate didn't have the best performance. Didn't live up to the hype that I had.
Not enough mating. I love that. That was so good.
He was swinging for the fence on Gibraltar.
I mean,
Hanamura.
He had a pretty.
Hanamura's the second map. Did you say?
What's the word? It was, you know, pretty quiet. You know, it was a very
we saw like
soft performance by Checkmate. I think there's potential there. I really do think that they could potentially integrate Checkmate into like an echo role if they really want to go all to the wall aggressive, like the Gladiators. If you know, to prevent DQB from playing some of this Umbra. What?
Are you working for Florida?
I wish they would pay me money. But I feel like the Fername, they could salvage this. I don't think all hope is lost because they're on a 5-match win streak. But these 2 matches, they should have won them. They struggle against Western Uprising's compositions because Fername, they just don't.
Sure, like I'll give them one pass.
I mean, how do you even spread this?
Okay, here we go.
I voted Valiant.
Fucking
alright.
So
Valiant to get their first win of the season right here. Yeah.
Yeah, I also
I'd like to see
took a
them lean
massive
more into what they were good at.
L on charge.
I mean, also when they ran the Pope competition with Gangnam Jin on Zen and OG on Flame,
I think they looked good.
Yeah,
that looked
yeah. The positioning was really good. They kept alive for a long time.
You can't play that everywhere.
I mean, like,
you can't play that. It just doesn't work on like half the maps in the pool.
I thought they were going to be like
if they can lean more into that, then maybe they can find a bit more success.
We do an overall
Nope. They just spread their cheeks to the fat Dookie
where they will finish.
Well, where do they need to finish to make final playoffs?
When Johnny was talking about earlier, versus like Chengdu and stuff,
top 3 are guaranteed
they looked
for
like they had their monitors on.
And then there's a playoff of the teams underneath. They can find out how many it is.
Is it top 6 or top 5 or something? Like they need to be at least above 500 though, right? And they are not.
I think this could be a
they
toilet.
They look like they're going downwards.
They're in 10th in NA right now.
First APAC toilet bowl.
That's tragic. Who's casting this one? Do you know, Jaws? They're 10th. They're at the bottom. They're only just above London and Vancouver. They're the worst of the middle of the pack. By the record, all I hope is that it's
how many teams are on 5 points?
I really hope that it's because I think it's crazy.
Six teams on 5 points.
I think it'd be so funny to have
that's
those
unreal. This league, man.
I feel like that's all we really get into. But at the same time, like, you need to break out of that middle of the pack. And when you look at the teams that are in that middle of the pack, it's Washington and Florida that were expected to get out of there. They are not supposed to be stuck in the middle in those legs, and instead they are. I mean, I think their season at this point is a knife's edge away from being gone.
NA, you would have the 1 through 3 auto qualify, and then
here's one. Someone gotta talk to me on the mic if I'm ever gonna play Overwatch. You guys want to play with me? Make this end.
So okay,
figure it out. It's fucking madness.
In the current state,
those are like tough maps to navigate.
You're probably expecting them to.
Yeah, but they're also good maps.
In the Countdown Cup.
Some kind of scenario like that. Yeah, no, I mentioned their Countdown Cup. The games they have remaining are Dallas, Washington, Atlanta, Boston, Houston.
I better things to do too. My gaming career might be fucking. Okay. In the back burner for a little while. This is why here I am in my. Look at this. And I don't know if I can buy it, even grab a me and figure it out, or get to a shop somewhere and they'll figure it out. Get it back to my dad and he'll figure it out. I'll just get back to my dad and he'll fix my computer. My dad will fix my computer now.
The first few weeks of any season are always like.
Okay, and when it's all fucking fixed up, go back to the store. Oh, let's fucking figure that out. Okay.
Wow. Do I think are they going to take a few more weeks?
Boston.
Absolutely.
I mean,
maybe
all the games they have remaining,
maybe
they
after
haven't
they miss their chance at Melee, they're going to be able to succeed.
Yeah.
I think Seoul are just going to step almost right back into it.
You could see them finish realistically. Like, could they end up finishing?
I don't think there's any way New York.
How many more games?
Maybe a 3-1.
6. Could they finish
for Seoul? But I don't see them really taking.
They're not going to go on a losing streak the entire time. It's just so unlikely. Also,
that would be what, 2 stages?
Well, I was going to say, I mean, I predicted Seoul, but I don't feel some of the other teams because whenever I feel also very difficult schedules in the same position have yet to demonstrate to me, well, that they're going to make the correct coaching decisions throughout the season. But also other teams running Marvel at the right imagine that people are still what I'm waiting for. Still waiting for that moment where they sub him in repeatedly. Those teams are you're kind of hoping that they also they need to do this. And that's the only hope. I got debated a little bit by the Nexus Cup where they need to get out of the. And now I feel like they just did it to want to be probably somewhere in that 6 to 8 range. So until they do that, until I see, well, it doesn't matter if you're in consistency. I'm never going to because you still get 8th play in like Seoul. But yeah, I feel more so than anything Seoul are going to do. That should be like where the cutoff is. When you have a team that has, well, allegedly been popping off. Our final topic from North America. People are talking about them being the best team in APAC. Returning back to talking about the London Spitfire for a moment, because they added in Sparker. It's possible. Not added. He's always been on the team. He was an original member of the British Hurricane that did so well in contenders. But he finally became eligible. He just turned 18. And figuring that out is always a slow process for beginning teams with a lot of rookies. He looked really fucking good in their game against the Shock, but it wasn't enough to get them their first win. They're going to be at the level where they can compete. The question down here as well is, what can Sparker do? Can Sparker be the difference maker for London to find their first win of the season?
Yeah.
What's the prognosis for this, and how good? What kind of difference did he make?
They're playing like Atlanta Reign and Washington Justice next. There's a word there. But let's go back to Sparker. Yes. Unexpectedly.
Fucking face palm from George, man. It's unbelievable.
If Atlanta I think that this is one of those
I love Sparker, okay? I think it's fun to watch him play. It felt like London Spitfire. They had life to themselves. It feels like, even though you didn't get the wins, it feels really good. Because now this 0-10, or they're 0-10 London Spitfire, they have an actionable item going into next season. This season's already fucked. It's fucked. You can't do anything.
2 more maps in the Titans.
But they can actually now look at this roster and go, we're keeping Sparker because Sparker's sick and we can build around it. Whereas before, it was like, are we doing a wash? Are we going back to Korea? Are we going to pick up like Gen G's Academy team or some shit? Because that was the state that was in currently. Now you actually have something going for yourself with Sparker, whereas I think that this is something you can build off. You can build off Sparker, being your DPS, and you know, there's a couple of pieces there on the roster, yeah.
And
this is a breath of fresh air
just
for
because I feel like it just doesn't. New York shouldn't have been. And knowing that,
he had a decent series here against Shock. I mean,
one yeah, it's alright.
When you won 7 fucking maps and lost 30,
no,
you gotta lower the bar in terms of quality.
People were like, second best team in APAC. No, I actually think Molt 1G was actually pretty good.
Yeah, I feel like
I've noticed actually. Summit 1G interacted with it, with the tweet. Summit 1G interacted with the tweet where Molfig was like posted, and they were like, "Oh man, I love your name," because then 1G.
What?
Wait,
yeah, you didn't see this?
We actually see this.
Yeah. Okay, so Summit 1G like.
Is that why Mitch kept calling Molt seeing Molfig?
Yeah, pretty much. So like, here, let me find it.
Mitch in the cast kept calling him Molt.
That does it for our
yeah, it's right here. Here it is. I'll put it in the Overwatch channel. So
one more
Summit 1G, like Let Us Spitfire, like
oh shit,
about how Molfig used to be a fan of Summit.
I didn't realize because it's New York as well, but New York play against Shanghai. So is his name actually Molt? So it's not actually Molfig.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know what the fuck it is. I just call him. I'm calling him Molf 1 Gallon.
There we go.
Because it's that was easy. This one I actually find on.
Can we take a look at that YouTube link from the London Spitfire and maybe put some like captions on it and see if he says that? Have I just been pronouncing his name wrong for years?
I think it's to be more of a toss-up than the Soul one.
Molfig is actually a cool name though. Like it's European, you know?
Yeah, I think Molfig is good, but I mean maybe
it ought to be called Molf 1G. I'll call him that.
I mean maybe that's what Mitch was calling it. But I think Mitch must have watched this. I can't believe that perhaps he did say
there's no way Mitch.
Assassin Kitty
and Remain.
Wow, that used to be his original name. That doesn't make sense with anything that we saw from them.
With our fan base, he'd be jerseys off the shelf.
All of y'all had early nicknames when you were like 10 years old that you don't currently have.
Oh, mine was terrible.
Ours.
I don't know whether anyone knows mine. Mine was small fry, which I don't.
Small fry.
I wasn't even small as a kid. I was never a small guy. I don't know why I identified with that. I just went for
There's
it.
some good Sombra maps.
Very
Mine was Ghost from Halo. I just commented Ghost. I was playing Surf, a Great River in Counter-Strike. Life was good, man. Surf maps was the shit.
Be good for them.
Yeah, definitely. I started playing League in school, and all my friends called me Molf. I don't really know why, but probably I've counted to 5 more, and then one day one of my friends were introducing me to Summit 1G, and that's kind of where I got the 1G from. That is our top 5 match. I was a pretty big Summit fan. When he's in the chat and all that, eventually. So I took that and wrote it in my name as well. We will go on to our sponsor segment. So yeah, my name is actually Molf 1G.
Molf
1G. Okay, you said everyone calls me Molf.
That's sick.
Which is Draft Buff as well. So Draft Buff is sponsoring this video, and we're going through a draft that we made. We also have, because we know that you guys enjoyed joining the Pick'em League. Because you just don't know what the word which got fucking booed. I still don't know how he doesn't process anything with more than 2 syllables. The Platchat one. But there was like over 2,000 people in there, and now it just won't load. The whole website is broken.
2,000 people?
Yeah, and it's just broken. Like you can't select your options or see the leaderboard or even know how well you're doing of the season. Can we pull up their this is an opportunity for you guys to participate with the rest of the match. It's just the Titans, right? They've already lost that opportunity to win the European rivalry, but they lost to the Paris Saint-Germain also just decided to make a that's it. It's just the breadstick battle, right? Like to see who gets the final win. Nanza got his way.
Can they beat Toronto?
With no legal issues, he was just able to steamroll through all
with
of
how
the player
Toronto's currently playing with Aspire,
and they impose a draft within the Overwatch.
But I mean, but honestly, they did. I was reasonably impressed with London. I thought they understood their comp pretty well. Their backline is the best they ever played. Like,
all right, this is
amazing.
Oh, the other thing as well is
I did enjoy Sparker. I thought Sparker was
was it 2 or was it 3?
Overall, it was just 4 of us. The best they played.
So we had 2 bots as well that always chose the highest rated player by Draft Buff. Draft Buff has like analytics that go alongside it, but they also have like a paragraph of information about the players that you're selecting. So who are we looking at here? This is my team. What about if how do you guys rate my team? I'm actually really. Is there any chance of that coming out of their Joust performance? I know it's unlikely, but like, it is a very different method. I'd like to run great before June.
Yeah, I feel like it's a very weird spot.
That's 4 out of 6
like
Shanghai
Johnny
Dragon
mentioned
players.
moving forward.
And then you got Smurf and
you have Sparker now, but what do you think about the rest of the team? Like where Paris, I think, really has a lot of pieces to build around, right? I'm not sure if London's there yet, but maybe
you could combine both those teams. Well, no, they've won a match. They won a decent build for next year.
How many of those players do you think from London?
Was it Guangzhou? Probably.
It was, I was. I would be open to giving Molf 1G let me make sure a chance. I mean, that's such a
no way are you picking Ripper over Khan. Not a chance.
No, I wouldn't take Ripper over Khan.
Yeah, I mean, I think I would win my match.
I would still be open. I mean, I didn't see the literal bots one.
Let's see the literal bots team.
So first of all,
you're keeping Shax, right? Like Shax is.
I like that. Yeah, obviously Shax, and obviously we're having a Brad.
I was gonna say, like, I feel like they haven't had the, the full Owl experience, right, with having to play from Europe and like I think that obviously is tough on them.
This is
but then you kind of look at the other side, like, look at Paris.
It literally depends on how
situation, and they're not.
Paris are in a worse situation. Paris was supposed to be the worst of all of my eggs in one basket, which isn't really advisable. London had been dominating a shallow portfolio here. All of the Paris players had been getting their heads kicked by the British Hurricane. This exact same roster that got brought to Owl. Connor, so let's take a look at your team. Who's Avast for Owl that has ended up? What is Avast team? You found he's against Reinforce in week 1 actually. That works better.
Oh,
this is a good way. Anything
Jinmu, Happy, Mono, Fury, Shubi, Alarm. This roster.
I mean, even hell, obviously we have
it's pretty good.
Yeah. Even they've played more games now than Florida.
Babushka.
Obviously, Atlantis lost the play.
Yeah, Babushka.
Here's some information that might help.
I want to move on now and talk about we've kind of covered everything this week.
Yeah.
My opening question is, I don't think that's how it works, though. If we were to actually run this league right now, that no one knows exactly how to pin down, for this week,
can make trades. No.
I'm sorry, but I can't help with that.
Hey, Cortana.
We were considering it more of like
Hey, Cortana.
was bringing.
No.
Sorry, I don't know the answer to this one.
All these good teams that we
Hey,
expect to be
Cortana.
better. But there's a genuine
Cortana.
argument to be made that Soul might be the best that we've seen of the teams. It is a good roster.
Code Migo activate.
They've been running Marvel at main.
Hey, Gordani. Aye.
Sorry, I'm not able to help with this one yet.
This is a fucking good team.
Hey, Gordaddy.
They've actually found something that works, and thank God they're playing Marvel on main time.
At the same time,
They've raised my expectations again just to trust them again next week. I do like this though. I feel like it would beat Reinforce's team. I haven't seen Jonathan's team, but I feel like it would probably beat it. Have you got?
Johnny did steal some key players.
I've just been burned by them so many times.
But I guess
they're the only stable team. Look at their standings overall. They're the only stable team.
He's afraid
They do consistently well. Okay, they didn't blow the fucking doors off. This is not at the same level as well. They're beating up on an inconsistent APAC. I'm not region, and they surprisingly have been looking most outside of Shanghai. They've been the most consistent team. Philadelphia Fusion will alarm inconsistent. They should. Gangnam is good, but alarm makes a big difference. And everyone else has just been all over the place. I mean, I also Slime took a lot of break from competition. And since he's been back, I haven't really
I wanted to bring
felt
up
the same way about it. Maybe I just need more time to watch him. But I mean, he was
I don't even consider Fitz
one of,
underrated.
if
I
not
don't
the
understand
best
how
main
people
support
consider
in
Fitz
that
underrated.
season.
But their DPS line is fucking nasty. Fitz pro DPS line is
I said in 2020 that it had the potential for being the best that there was in the league. I don't think it has been, but it had the potential.
Because people got really mad at us. Like, they don't care about impact. Like, they didn't talk about Fitz. Like, well, I was thinking about bringing up Fitz, but like, Fitz is not underrated.
So the
you know, if you want to bring up like who do you think is more rated, Elsa or Fitz? And I'm like,
still on his Elsa juice.
and how would Domino exactly where to drop each Domino and what color it should be.
I believe that this is the better robot I care a little about. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Dominoes, man. Fucking Dominoes are just like fucking. Cards. It was cards. And razzle dazzle. And fucking. Yeah. And that was just the truth. Cards. We want to do cards, like magic cards next time. Have magic cards after this fucking works, boys. That's how we do it. It's not done yet. What do you think? I'm gonna praise this robot never?
It was pretty. This is. I wouldn't say that was the defining factor. I feel like some of these created would perform better.
That's
what you need from the Soul
tank. Space channel. You've almost certainly seen one of her incredible creations over her 12 years on the platform. She's so good. She's even got her own line of dominoes you can buy in store. Okay, so here's the challenge.
I think
I want you to set up like 300 dominoes right now.
You wanted to say we needed more of these robots. Or you said you had a party and you had one of these robots.
You need me, sitting here reading my newspaper.
So for this one, it would be
because at home, my newspaper is like a boring iPad.
Or it's awesome. Yeah, it is awesome. But let's be very, very aware that it is awesome. Oh, that's dominoes for you. Yeah. Yeah, but the repair never the repair. You cannot. Oh, but
I saw Monk is extremely underrated.
I always feel with this team, they're just gonna like, I feel like this is a perfect team.
Despite being run in the main roster,
like it should be so easy for this team. And they definitely do some like the stupid shit out of Steven kind of stuff. If they can just avoid that,
you can really try and
I definitely want to see more
You're also trying to get people that are
I mean, I hope we don't see Marvel back on off
because if
tank.
they get knocked out, you can't make any changes. We're never seeing that again. If you're interested in fantasy and you want
God, you know what would be
look at that kind of stuff. Draft buff
This
is currently
technique of laying
the
down
best
a towel
option
with 300 dominoes at once was really the key
I mean, if there was a Ghost meta, I would be perfectly fine.
And it's probably my favorite part besides his leading table.
You can just roll out on the diva.
So we have these 3D funnel seals allows us to drop all 300 dominoes.
And the mechanism that drops those
that does it for the
Approach the team and basically just
funnels
your feet up and just put a lineup out there that can't place anything.
This allows us to go
to this as well, though.
I'm allergic to the fact that you have to shovel dominoes into that machine.
But if we trigger the servo, then it slides that connect 4 tray over,
But it gives me
making for some gratuitous,
great
beautiful slow
insight into the future of dropping a certain amount of plastic for people to use and say, here's your plastic, people, use it wisely. You each get 1 brick until there is more bricks than everyone has 1 brick. Then some people can get another brick.
But now it's time for the endurance race. Okay, first one to 10,000 dominoes.
You've got to
Lily, you ready?
Make sure there's enough for most people to have enough. Thank you, and out.
I want to see them make it to Hawaii.
I'm gonna give it to Fearless.
Like we talked about the last time, outside of the draft.
After that, if there's more, see if they can have 3 bricks. Know that this might be a delivery, so you could take note of people who have had 1 brick or 2 bricks or 3 bricks, and then you could then monitor and distribute accordingly, and then say who should have more bricks, because what are they doing with them if you're just playing dominoes with bricks that you're making instead of actually making something else like a good old figure or something, and all you want is dominoes, then just fuck you, okay? Make some fucking cool shit of that plastic and perfect rectangle squares, and I am fucking doing them. But if there was a way of saving plastic, precious plastic, and you needed to play with it at the same time, and you never had to change it, try dominoes.
They look absolutely fucking lost. So it's a 3-1 stage.
I'm human, right?
Dominator, do you have to go to the bathroom?
So that would have been the record.
Then they're going to play against somebody to try and get in. Probably
9,000 perfectly laid dominoes in a little over 2 hours. Actually, 9,001. We got a bonus domino out there in the middle of this field. May or may not have been on purpose. Now we can say it's actually over. It was a pretty clear result, and Lily, of course, was gracious in her defeat to the machine overlords. So all that was left to do now was to knock him down.
Chengdu Hunters as well. Pastor either brought this up on the show or tweeted it. I can't remember which, but stealing his question.
So we went head-to-head with the world's foremost domino experts and came out on top. And now it's time for the real challenge. To attempt a Guinness World Record and see how quickly we can complete this entire room with a mural of over 100,000 dollars.
And one of those metas they've been kind of planking since then. They're not looking like they're as Florida, where it's just like
Godspeed, little fella. Godspeed.
By the way, as well, but Fearless is the fucking anime protagonist of the entire league. He just is weird players. To go from the 0 and 4 he starts on a weird thing, looking like he has great prospects. They've been brought in their comps, but also changing their lineups. There's been a lot of, and he just odd decision by especially the coaching staff. And then he comes back. Is this team actually a good team? Dominant on the Shanghai Dragons. they just become goes on and is again. Have they exceeding expectations?
Yeah,
despite
they're back on their bullshit. They're just back on their bullshit.
The guys are freak.
I'm just.
So we're about 6 hours in, but more importantly,
they
just got our first Goomba.
elevated into energy level for a minute, like an electron.
Back to work, Dom.
Back to a different valence level. They're done. It's
And the best part about working really hard for a few years is the last 24 hours are super
That's so yeah, I think fucking.
And with that tile place, we are officially halfway done with over 50,000 dominoes and just a little bit over 12 And Dom, whoa, easy boy, just showing no signs of slowing down.
Also,
So this is a good point to explain the rest of the robotic system. It all starts over here with the loading station that Josh and Jonathan spent a lot of time optimizing. The dominoes are loaded by color on these conveyor belts, and then a KUKA robot arm grabs them and places them in 1 of 300 loading chutes, making 2.7 miles worth of hot wheel tracks. And you could load Dom directly with the robotic system, just as much faster because he doesn't have to wait. He just comes in here to the docking station, and the loading platform slides over, so the bottom layer of 300 dominoes gets loaded up. We also had a backup loading system using a tray, just in case at any point the robot wasn't charged. Besides the Hot Wheels tracks, there's a ton of 3D printed parts throughout the build that we either printed ourselves, or if we were in a pinch, my friends at Matter Hack would help us out. So that's the loader. Now how about the Dominator himself? How does Dom know exactly where to go in the room to drop a domino? So we've pre-programmed the route for all.
It's a crime that he was leaving. Leave is an absolute beast of a player. Like, he's one of the best of what players in the world. I'm not kidding.
Do you think roughly where it is? And as we get closer to early
Thank you know, but they keep messing around with
I mean, see now the future playing right now.
They're single threats, okay? They're not. They're maybe a little worried. That's because of their brand. It's because of who they are. It's because of no, they have potential. They are still a threat. They pose a threat. They're not going to charge. They're not the New York Excelsior. They pose a threat to some of these teams. It just so happens to be a Soul Dynasty, who looks to be the best team right now in the showdown. And then they play against Anglo
So these guys, you can move any direction you want. But I'm gonna get like small
Chinese players on one.
These wheels
How do we do
are by these
that?
clear
How do we get like Goose
He's now on his second
How do we
year.
do that?
And they allow you to like
I mean,
The best iteration yet of an incredible fusion team. You know,
Why are they not
Right?
playing this shit?
Now, obviously,
At
Why
some
are they
point,
not
he just
playing
needs to win.
uppermost
He just
tip
needs to
Lee can
win
play
for
this.
truly
What's
good.
going on?
Jimmy's
overrated.
Obviously, big to Overwatch. He's just
Jimmy's
big.
overrated.
No, he's not. Jimmy's underrated.
I think people talk about Jimmy like he's on fucking
Outside
next
of
coming
finishing
off,
the
I don't know,
second
ons. He's
Maybe
not,
like
dude.
Boosh right
Like,
now
he's
is
okay. He's a good player.
like, and then like, you know, because the thing is that like he's been
Jimmy's solid, okay? He's not fucking a god
And, you know,
of Overwatch
Boosh
esports,
Ray, I
okay?
think, is
Like,
gonna
simmer
be
down, dude. Like,
Magic
turn off the
is gonna be
stove from
a
hot
great
to low,
player.
man.
I mean, I guess
they
they
start
also
simmer about the thing to hunters. They're not overrated whatsoever.
Yeah, I guess that's another one too.
Jake for the Outlaws now that he's returned. Yeah,
Jake,
sure.
I mean, you think you're up
The Dominator has been running just under 24 hours, and this is a bit of a momentous tile.
Those storylines are all going to be fantastic.
I think it's a hot take.
It's for me,
It's just going to be
Mario.
magical.
I make Flora. Who cares anyway? Like, Jimmy is replaceable. You can pick up someone better than Jimmy.
No, but you can't. His name is Jimmy. What do you replace
This is
him?
the last 300.
The only map they
I
won was
think
we
this
made
is a
it, right?
moment.
We've
You
only
guys
sat
get
here
back
and
over
just
here.
replace him with
Josh and Alex,
possibly not
don't observe it. Don't
Possibly.
blow this down. You got it. Finish strong.
nasty shots and Taro Cookies out there doing nothing.
Due to Josh's poor planning. So.
You can't
Almost
see the Taro
entirely.
Cookies worth investing in when you have Jimmy.
Once they brought Swoosh, I think
Over 24 hours.
Playing Reinhardt
Play
on
all
King's
the
Row
dominoes.
and they lost. I mean,
the
super sucks, right? Because he played the Reinhardt on King's Row and they lost.
Fulfilling his images. The design process yield results.
But it doesn't matter whether they
Thinking
win or
about
not.
the
When you subscribe to our
engineering
YouTube
process,
channel,
my
how
monthly
they
creative engineering goals where we teach this process and we're actually making it attractive and make critical
I'm not sitting here saying that
is
fucking
once
Cookie
again
Dough is
open
better
for
than
enrollment for a
Jimmy.
There's a link in the video description and I'll see you. So now everything's set up. Final critical step was to knock him down. You can see John loading in Mario Party because they were going to be our first cars. The way that works is we've got 4 Hot Wheel cars glued to the bottom of this platform that slap a green slide shell on top and a motor at the end pulls the cart along. And the shell contacts the lever arm. This causes them to move forward everywhere.
To not do that, that was the whole point of picking up Gaga. You don't even have the stupid fucking meter. It's like that's the whole point of having Gaga.
We lost
They were literally hamstrung by having like 2 left feet. Like go.
Who could host
your
show?
Now they can be ambidextrous. They
my mom.
Temptations that they love so much. Sombra, Chaser, Reinhardt, they couldn't play their wrecking ball comps, and so they're just gone off this diet where you can't have Zenyatta, you can't play with Zenyatta, and so instead, and then it just so happens that now against the Soul Dynasty, they're going to keep going to some mutually resistance builders who I just want to have a burger.
That was fun. Yeah, that was fun. No one got hurt. Everything. Look at this, but man, this is
we got a little carried away.
Vancouver Titan man with a job.
I've announced the winner of the pie crafting showdown. He was looking for drinking buddies, and I mean we're not drinking, but I mean you don't know what's in the showdown champion.
Sure, let's do it.
These links
How
are
would you record? Oh, 2 hours.
Custom pie will be available to order starting.
No, this has
Absolutely brutal, but thank you for joining us.
Canada, although it has black olives, he's just the fan favorite. That's why they didn't really like it.
I've seen Jonathan
attempt
to
to
it
because he's their fan favorite.
I've seen John's pickles. So I know that he's not watching.
Rosenbaum is fine. Black
Why are you
Olive
throwing pepperoni in there to ruin what would otherwise be a great pizza?
With that shit.
Somebody in the comments said that it's a base pizza, but then they responded to that and said, except for the olives. You said, yeah, nobody, not only does Johnny not comprehend the games, but he just doesn't understand how to watch the games. That's what you'd be like, can I get the link watching now?
Exactly, that's what I'm telling you guys. If Vancouver Titans win a game this season, which itself is a big if, because they'd have to get to the end, have the breadstick bowl, be able to beat the London Spitfire. If they manage to do that, my PC I'm ordering one. I'm eating one live on the show. We're going to do a review, one bite. Everyone knows the rules. We're going to review the links of pizza. We'll get it.
What do we do now?
We get an Uber Eats to go from Vancouver to...
There we go.
The borders for Canada are going to open up soon. I've been proposing that if Titans win, a Vancouver Pizza Hut meetup.
I've got this laptop.
Where
It's just
everyone meets up at a Vancouver
torture
Pizza
to try and get
I'm
fit.
down.
Vancouver's a nice city, isn't it?
Yeah, go to Vancouver. Go meet up at a Pizza Hut in Vancouver.
So all the beer, all the beer kind of
Josh and I
hardened and
cast that
crystallized
game
inside
from
the
the
laptop,
outside of
and
a
so it
Pizza
broke
Hut
my
location
keyboard.
in Canada.
And then I sent it into somewhere
parking
on
lot,
April the 16th.
just like we're reporters,
And
just
only
letting the pack in
January
there for
16th.
the bread. I was like,
By the way, people are
no, I mean
April 16th would be a very decent turnaround. It's become I sent it on January 16th. Genius marketing. Only just got it back. They lost my charger. It relied on your team being so shit that they couldn't hand away free breadsticks. You literally can't get rid of free breadsticks. That's not
my favorite thing though.
Within
I think if you were to rank some of the
and when I went in, I realized
hilarious,
immediately that
unintentionally hilarious things that have happened during
Okay, what do I need in my life?
Watch League.
So I want to clean up some mess, dishes and stuff, and get me weed and tobacco and wine and whiskey. With bare minimum.
They're the only team of the day, and they didn't win any games, and they had cheerleaders.
For them to be so bad, are they like that far out of just the technology? Like they don't understand anything about technology.
We might need some new dishes.
Outside.
We weren't allowed to play.
Fuck, I do not know where the fork is.
We played some like.
This guy rides with a fucking knife, okay?
And it was just like some jingle that was like, no, I mean, they were just nice, but
But I think the shoulder check happened.
He's talking about like a marketing do in like something is take my phone and use it elsewhere. So while I've been out and about, you know, I've been chilling in the garden recently. Got those plugged my laptop and tethered to the Wi-Fi. Aerial dances, it doesn't work. It's a little further away. So you know what I've been relying on instead.
That's got to be up there too. There have been some.
But that wasn't.
It's T-Mobile's 5G. Of course it is. Of course it is. Because no matter where I am, if they actually just won the garden, am I in Narnia? Am I out in APAC somewhere? Well, actually, I don't know about APAC because we're talking about America's largest and fastest 5G network. So we'll stick just to I'm sure they do, but we're here to promote the American side.
So I feel like it's always like a very solid shot
about where they are. The funny thing is, but they are America's largest, fastest 5G network, and T-Mobile so many times in a row. And like I keep saying to you guys, I don't know why you won't listen to me, but in all of the previous episodes that are presented by T-Mobile, I keep telling you, and I'll tell you again, all of our lives are connected by wireless connections. We're only friends with Seth right now through the concept of wireless internet. Normally, when he's with us in person, yeah, when we're with him in person, we're not friends. But when we're connected over a wireless internet connection, it's great. We get to enjoy his presence at late nights and drag him up so that he has to stay out.
Some places,
they've
done a good job of leaning into
it. Really is fantastic.
And look at this, Johnny even joined us from his Easter Sunday outfit.
The hubris on the bingo card, though. The hubris to put Linksa with 3 critical hits on the same column as Matt 5. So every single time it just goes back to square one of needing Matt 5 to be able to unlock cards.
It's good because it's like you rope them in with an easy condition, and then you keep investing. I was argue with the pizza lawyers though about the boom kills and like about a lot of different things. The pizza lawyers here are vicious. Then the fine print, they're fucking warp of businessing about like they want to catch you. So many times they say they don't want to include certain things.
I love that. The pizza lawyers are. I love that. Has anyone figured out what Echo Boston Reinhardt?
Yes. So I have been going over this heavily.
That is actually incredible. Matt, did you shower this morning?
Night and day.
Let this be the transformation of man with.
Pretty much it just requires if they're playing.
Okay.
Let's move on to some other
the same sweatpants I had on yesterday.
Well, fuck.
I think I wore them the day before, but
I'm big.
The Echo copies of main that counts as that.
And then it's dying.
Beth refers to as
dying.
I'm
Because I mean,
right on the bottom. That's how I interpreted it. Is that like is in the fact that like the.
I'm not wrong. They don't fucking got a knife and fork. Hello, fucking thing
Something unbelievable. Well, because the triple win applies to the number of heroes. So there's 3 wins and 3 shit.
Right. I appreciate that.
That's how I've understood
that's like an olive
now,
color.
There might be a constitutional pizza lawyer that's gone to school for a long time that might know more. That's how I'm
very nice martini.
I want to get us back.
It's like the littlest bite you hated every time you took a bite of a fucking plastic spoon. That's what it feels that amount of my mouth tastes like.
There we go. Last week we talked quite a bit, and Matt joining NYXL. This is a former Boston Uprising.
Make it bigger.
On the same squad.
Sometimes.
The way that he stepped down.
Oh, bigger one. Like, what do you eat with? Are you fucking 3 years old?
Yeah. Sort of like, it's like in the same way Tayo's on shock.
But I think a lot of people on the outside were pretty negative about it. A lot of people on the inside like us that understand how Team 4 works. I do think that the NYXL because we know that it's pretty shit so far this season. Self-sufficient team. I do agree. Responsibility is not just on vision of one person. Bianca has also been really. We actually got it from the horse's mouth. So Bianca stands have gone into hiding because Aaron Keller did an interview with GameSpot where he was talking through some of the stuff, and he actually. A lot of the answers were him talking around. I mean, giving the juice on certain things. He did actually have some.
I hate those forks. Forks are just fine. I'll buy the forks. The forks are good. Spoons, man. You pray for the fact that the spoons are engineered that way. And they can take anything. Watch this. This is something this spoon can do. Oh wait, it can't anymore.
I mean, he's been in contenders this whole time, and he's been doing pretty decent.
Let's try again.
So I mean, he was one of the two, players.
This guy is an absolute boss.
So ever.
He designed
his diva's actually pretty
we obviously all love.
So
Rialto
is beyond
Rialto is and Rialto
Wow.
For some of you World of Warcraft fans, he made Ironforge in-store.
What are we talking about?
Like the two capital cities. The guy is an absolute boss. So like,
well, we can.
I think the game. I don't know if we're allowed.
Is that not a concern?
Like I mentioned, Josh, it's just way bigger than.
I don't think it's going to be a concern for
I
this
think
roster.
though Jeff is like that person we all look to.
Well, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying
it's going to be difficult for anybody to replace that. But I was really kind of impressed with
the president of gaming.
Happened
If I talk about this, I go to
That scares me. That scares me a lot more than I'm letting on right now. I had to think about that for a long time.
But just a new way of like communicating from the top down. NYXL with their roster, they've actually hit on.
Yeah, I didn't get to
like.
I actually didn't read it.
Like I think
because when I
Friday's
asked Matt
been
what
better
we
than expected.
I think about on the show when he asked me 3.5 hours ago, he said, "Oh, you know,
where's
Overwatch."
Dako at?
So I didn't get any specific talking points. We're also
Get my
Burning all the flies there. Burning all the flies there. It's in the air.
I think Kalios will be a fine fit for this team.
So I know that he is a very long-standing individual at the company.
Because I feel like Bianca actually does have a lot of talent.
Much as it kind of hurts to see Jeff go because he's been such a figurehead.
Is there any off-tank in the league you believe does not have talent?
Made him into like he never really even stepped into those shoes with that intention. The community definitely created that role for him.
Because I think off-tank,
do think that it is in good hands
it's hard to
overall.
like.
I don't
It can
think
be
that we'll
hard
see
to
too
really see
much
your impact when your coordination's
of any kind of shift when it comes down to like development.
I think there's a lot of talent. I really think there's a lot.
The interesting thing for me, at least with reading this,
essentially, I don't think there's been a time
with a lot of the stuff we've heard about Overwatch 2 thus far, it's really been focused around like PvE, but
there's like
in this, like Aaron, like done it out of his way, but mentioned a lot of PvP
that really were
stuff.
players not
big
fit
focus
to be
on
in
it.
Right, so like
I
in one
think
of the
all
quotes, like
players
towards
that
the
have
end,
made
it's like
Overwatch League, like from season,
basically talking about the game.
Do I remember the test so thoroughly to say that I could pass and fail that? But does it remind me that
wants to make it as compelling?
is it all fucking true? Yes. Is it a fucking snap back to reality? That fucking thing snap back?
I'll give you roll. But like that, you know, they overall.
Talking about food.
But the point being is that like.
Okay, sorry,
I don't think the level of the caliber of players entered Overwatch since like season.
Will it? Man, what do you need?
Season 1, season 2.
Try again. Well, now it's this now.
This is like.
Congratulations.
Do not speak to me about the old Magic. I was there.
I've said many times.
Contract stuff, like for players being in there.
PvE is really
and so
important
I don't think the level. I think the overall level of player has increased so much. I think I can make an argument that just about every player can be has the talent to be in Overwatch League. It's more so.
You don't think there's a big difference in talent between?
No, I do think there's still a big difference. I do think there's a big difference, right? But like, you're not. There's only a select group of like really talented people. You're always gonna have a bunch of average to below average players circulating around, you know. But no, we don't have anyone so tragic that could be like anyone can be. Like we can get like a bunch of other people like no matter what to go play, right? Like
there's the whole of the Valley
arguments
as well.
Overwatch.
I assume you're leaving them out.
I mean, you have Valorant. But okay, sure, Valiant. Okay. But Valiant,
Valiant is a special example because they're
very special.
The franchise fucked it up.
That's a very special.
Obviously, that's a huge part in making sure that people come
back. Well, let's move on to our
forward
thinking for this week. We've got some predictions
building out this world because it's.
I think this is like one of the better answers.
Oh, we did. Sorry. Yes, I didn't write that down because I'm an idiot.
As director now, what is the image of Overwatch's identity currently? What do you want to be years from now, post-release or whatever that may be?
Was there a reasoning for this? I haven't caught up on this piece.
Yeah, I think there's multiple ways of looking at Overwatch, and there are different ways of looking at our fans. They were playing him as bid, if I remember. That is what led to the development of Overwatch 2.
I don't think
have
a
set of players that are highly skilled and very competitive and actively really engaged in the PvP side of things. And then all the way on the other side of the spectrum, you have the group of people that are fans of the Overwatch universe in the world, like you mentioned, Johnny. Like they love the heroes. We haven't seen him since. Whatnot.
I imagine that
he says, so what I'm hoping is that going forward, Overwatch 2 will be the game that's played by a much broader section of the community. I want the game to be just as competitive, if not more so, on the PvP side. We have a lot of really exciting things that we're doing to kind of shake up the way PvP is played, to innovate on what we've already done and bring new game modes and really interesting ways of playing to the table. That all sounds awesome.
This guy's gonna be the best main tank in the league. Don't know where the fuck he came from.
Ways to shake up the way PvP played, wanting it to be, you know, as competitive and more so.
But this guy was
and then also kind of what we were all thinking that, you know, Overwatch 2's PvE can help broaden the player base, right? And get more people into the game to just play it in the universe.
I think the other big thing as well that I took from this that might be what the vision for the project maybe is set in place a long time ago. New York could be a big change in leadership is not going to fundamentally alter that vision. Valiant if I was him, that wouldn't make sense. Aaron said in his Chinese answers that he's already been involved at a very high level process in terms of crafting and being part of that vision right from the beginning. So it would be,
wow, that's crazy. I actually told Josh, like, hey, we can speculate where it's going, and here I sit, and I'm like,
I guess I'm going to propose something. I'm going to propose something.
Florida?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
No, who's there? You were going to propose Florida.
I'm sorry. I ruined it.
I heard it, and just like nobody else acknowledged it. I was like,
I mean, theoretically.
Insane. Because that's definitely
It is wild. It's wild.
Have we if you're interested, go and take a Google of it. Aaron Keller interview with GameSpot. You can read it for yourself. Obviously, the juicy details of the questions that were asked, like,
tell us more about what are the release schedules and like specialized OG and something else. Would that be really
you're going to put in the game?
Yeah, that's a good point. I was going to say something when we were talking about shock about adding player, which was just absolutely stupid as well. Yeah, I mean,
were you going to say they should add hydration?
Where it's like you don't get that stuff out until BlizzCon, or you find it out when the game is ready. I was going to say that they should pay it or something. Oh, they should add Toby, right?
Yeah, I wasn't expecting it to have any details like that. Yeah. Okay, so there was
It's
another.
just they came out and gave every secret.
Yeah, I know that would be so weird, wouldn't it?
Wait, you think Shock? Oh wait, I was
GameSpot interview. Just
these are the next 15 heroes that we're going to be releasing.
I still hear that because I'm a Toby
just everything.
Yeah, Aaron's like, we really want to do communication. I don't think the answer is to add more pieces for the Shock to
Toby seems like a pretty safe.
I want to move on to talk about something really cool that dropped that I don't think we discussed last week. I think it actually was. I think it happened last week. Let's get MMA out of the space. I think that got dropped in the middle of this week. Platchat top 5 next matches of next feels like time predictions. Let's go. Let's go.
How this segment's called the top 5.
But yeah, this skin is pretty sick. And it also is the beginning of, presumably, a bunch of skins that are going to be released based on the tournament that's actually happening. Like, I don't know, there is no hero in the game called July, or June, so I don't know what the fuck they're going to do when it gets to later months. Because
like, you're aware of our schedule, right? It was like the next one is the June Chow.
Yeah, I forgot actually how months work there for a moment, but you know, July is the one after that, so they just call that one the Summer Showdown. Though. But yeah, what do you think of this?
I mean, I think this kind of edition's like awesome, right? I think we've had more cosmetics and things attached to the Overwatch League this year than any year before. Even contenders, they have they have a new, I think it's Doomfist contender skin, and there's another hero as well, maybe Baptiste, but 2 contender skins. We have the Mei skin. We have the Zoe spray, the Ana home and away skins, plus getting tokens. Like there's a lot of incentives to watch this year, which is awesome.
Yeah, it's really good. I like seeing it. I was surprised because like I didn't know anything about this skin initially when it was coming out, so like I didn't see anything until the announcement hit. And like I'm not a big guy when it comes down to like getting skins for different characters. Like maybe once when I was like a really big League fan, like was the time that I really cared about like having skins a lot. But whenever they have like these exclusive releases, especially, and I see how much work is poured into them, I'm like, you know what, I gotta pick that up because it's only there for a little bit.
There's a lot of
Yeah, you know, I drop it back on him. Like it's only there for a limited amount of time, and I don't want to be the guy who like doesn't have it at the end.
I'm so pissed that I missed out on the Jonak skin. Actually, none of the other skin. Yeah, I missed out on it because at the time I was on the desk the whole time. I never got an opportunity to watch the games on Twitch because I was working pretty much all the time at the desk. Right, I couldn't just leave. Well, I could have left Twitch idly on, I guess, but I just never picked up any League tokens, so I never got the Jonak skin. I fucking play Zen all the time. I'd love to look like an octopus with a brain. And
you're not paid in peanuts. You could have just bought it.
You could have just bought it.
You can't buy it, can you?
Yeah, buy a League token. Just buy League tokens and then buy the skin.
You can buy League tokens?
Josh.
I'm not trolling. I thought you had to get them by watching.
Josh.
I thought that was the whole point.
You can buy League tokens.
But why would you
to get the token? You can watch to get the tokens so that you don't have to necessarily buy the skin.
Oh, I I thought it was supposed to be like exclusive for people watching.
No, it's to put a dent in the cost.
What?
Oh.
Anyway, guys, so
I see.
There's no way. There's no way. You have worked for this league for 4 years, and you have not realized you can buy Overwatch League tokens.
Well, I've never needed to or wanted to, apart from the Jonak one, which was ages ago. So I just gave up at that point. I was like, oh fuck it, I'm not destined to.
Did you get the Echo skin? Did you get the Echo skin or the Hog one?
Are they all? Can't you get them anymore?
No, what he's talking
No,
about.
they're out of the shop.
Fuck.
With this.
Wait, how many of the skins do you have?
I think I have the London
none
one.
of them.
I have the London one because I happened to have some tokens when it was out.
He also has the Houston Outlaws Brig skin because he likes Jake.
That's true.
You know, it's just kind of like.
Yeah.
From the GOATs 2019 era.
So you use the only tokens you ever got. You used on the Jake Briggs skin and
something that was there forever.
London one.
Well, no, I also bought some other. I deliberately bought what I considered to be some of the memeiest Overwatch League skins possible. Like I think I bought like. I think I bought the Chengdu Reinhardt as well. And some other shit like that. But yeah, I didn't realize you could buy them.
Overwatch League tokens, and you go to the Overwatch League section of the game. There's a blue button that you can hit near the top right that says, "Yeah, you can buy the tokens."
So are they the only skins that you can outright buy then? Because for the others, you need to buy loot boxes to open them, right? You can't just directly buy skins.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Can you understand why that's confusing? Because I thought the whole game, like, you couldn't
These are the
just
only
straight
ones
up
you
buy
can
skins.
directly buy per se.
It would just be really dumb to have a system where it's just like, yeah, these skins are available for everybody, but only if you happen to get drops.
I thought that was how it worked. I didn't realize. Alright, anyway, I'm just talking nonsense.
Like the lottery.
I'm getting much healthier very
For
quickly.
the past 2
I have
weeks, and I realized the other
regeneration.
day that I hadn't connected my Blizzard
With my
account to
superpowers,
in
but I
like 3
wasn't
weeks.
full of
So
other poisons
I
on the
actually-
gods and deadly
I
diseases.
tried to. Hey, I
Other
mean,
than
another
those
plug to
Mr.
T-Mobile
Burns
as well. The
effect.
T-Mobile
I know I have this.
a bunch of voice
Say
over
they be
ads
honest,
for
so
awesome for the
fucking.
community, but they don't work for me because my YouTube account is a brand account because I have it connected to a bunch of
Gene
different
X syndrome,
accounts that I own on
fucking,
YouTube,
don't
so I
let
can't
them.
connect it, so I can't earn any rewards. It's just fucked. So I'm just destined to have to buy skins if I want them, I guess.
Fuck.
I wanted somebody to explain the skin to me though, because
I don't. So dumbfounded that you didn't understand the system. That we
I've
got
been
to
too embarrassed to ask questions about this skin, and I simply don't get it. And I know that I know that I'm gonna get roasted for this, but what the fuck is the like frost thing? There's like it says frost on the back, right? There's like on her gloves and all over her ice cube thing.
Okay.
It just it
Why
looks
is
like
that
a
going on?
sponsor. It looks like a
Yeah, it
sponsor
looks
that
like
you would have.
Is it
on
all
your
right?
photos. It's for using ice.
Right.
But
I
this,
didn't believe.
but they could have
From
put any
me.
word there then. Frost,
There it
ice,
goes,
winter,
yeah.
anything. It doesn't matter.
Okay,
It just
Yeah,
we
happens
all
to
know
be
that.
frost.
And they chose frost.
Okay, I thought it was some reference to like
And
some
in
of
the back,
the.
it looked like a punching bag.
I thought it was a reference to like some of the old
That's
esports
dream
teams or something,
language.
wasn't
I'm talking
there?
to the
Old,
dream.
like,
The
those
dreams
Star
aren't
Citizen
funny.
Frost. Yeah, like a Zubu Frost is what I was
You
thinking.
think this is a skin that paid homage to Super Frost?
No, that's what I'm saying. I didn't understand it. I just thought it was a reference.
No.
No, it's not a
It's just,
reference.
it says frost boxing, so it's supposed to be like like a sponsor.
Okay, right. What does
Because
that
like in
say?
boxing and whatnot, like you cover every waking inch of somebody's clothing in sponsors, because like once they actually start boxing, they strip down to either like their boxers or they have their shorts on their top or whatever. If it's like female MMA,
Is that why they're
So
called
you cover-
boxers?
No. Well,
I don't think so, but maybe.
Why are they
I
called
doubt it.
boxers?
Seats, all right. Cross-examination.
Why?
Boxing etymology.
Oh my god, next up is gonna be like, is it named Boxing Day because they had boxing the day after Christmas?
Well, no, that's not true. That's not true. I know that,
No,
but
I'm
I don't know
not in
like
clinical
underpants,
psychology
boxers.
or-
Why are they
Oh,
called
they
boxers?
are. They're named after the
No,
shorts
I'm a
worn by
licensed clinical
boxers.
psychologist. But you're not board certified.
There you go. So named after the shorts worn by boxers. Well, I mean that makes perfect sense. I just never really put two and two together before.
Neither did I.
All right, sweet.
Maybe we're dumb.
I mean,
I was thinking
maybe.
about the actual word, like, for to be a boxer. I was thinking about it in that sense.
Correct.
Oh no!
Oh, you thought the word to be.
I thought the
licensed
inverse.
for 10 years, and I've been practicing for about 15 years.
Okay. And that includes.
I thought that's what you were implying. I thought that's what you were implying.
That's not what I was asking. That is not.
Johnny
what I was
just
asking.
sits there and waits
Okay.
until we start talking
Now,
about the game because he
you
just
went
doesn't
to
want to
Mr.
get into
Depp's
these just
home.
vague
tired.
conversations.
Bullshit. Yeah.
Johnny's like the intellectual. No, me, Josh, and Seth are just spamming porpoising in the chat, just losing our minds.
If I mute this entire time, I wouldn't be surprised.
Was Adam
What?
Waldman, correct?
What?
Yes. Ben Chu, correct?
What'd you
Yes.
say?
I mean,
Camille
to be fair,
Vasquez.
Johnny, you thought you were
Yes.
almost on mute
Okay.
this entire time.
And the
Check
dinner
that
was
out.
true.
Push to
Yeah.
talk on.
Yeah.
I am beyond tired. I am
And
just
it
here.
includes the
I
interview.
am just here for presence sake.
Yes.
He's a
Dinner
pretty
and-
face
4 a.m.
in a
now for me,
pastel
Johnny.
shirt.
Oh
Drink some
yeah.
coffee,
This
wake up.
was before you
Yeah,
hired
that's true.
Jonathan, I've got some serious topic to get onto now though, because our bridge topic from the nonsense into the actual Overwatch League
Yes,
games
this was an
is more
interview so
nonsense,
that they could
but
make
it's
an
the
informed decision
1v1s
as
that
to
we've
whether
got
or not
coming
to
up.
retain me.
There are Farah,
Don't you think that's a
Mystery
little
DPS,
odd
and
that you're
Zen
getting
1v1s
interviewed
that have
by
been
Mr.
announced as the
Depp
main melee,
to
which
decide
I assume
whether
are
you're
like
going to testify
small,
adversely
it's almost
against
like
Amber
all-star
Heard?
kind of
I was
matchups,
interviewed by
but
the legal team.
sprinkled throughout the tournaments.
And Mr. Depp
Yeah,
was present.
that's kind of the
His
idea,
home,
is
correct?
to
Yes.
take some of
He
the
was
stuff that we
serving
did at
dinner
All
and
Stars that
drinks.
people really
was
liked,
not serving
have them
dinner
kind
and
of
drinks. Well, it was
sprinkled
at his
throughout the
house,
tournaments.
his behest,
So
correct?
this
Yes, it was
is
at
our
his
first
house.
one.
Okay.
Kind of goes in line
And
with
you
like
were
the main
contacted by
melee, like
Camille
you have
Vasquez,
these like
somebody you knew in the
one-on-one
community
melee
in
type
February of 2020,
events
is that
where,
correct?
yeah,
I
Jonak
knew
Alarm
of
will be
Ms.
sick,
Vasquez
Fleta Carpe,
professionally.
and
We
then
live in the same
yep,
city, and
yeah,
I
that's
work with
the
many attorneys.
one that we booked. Sideshow
And at that
Viyaki.
time, you not only knew Johnny
I mean,
Depp,
we'll
but
get
you
on to
knew
that.
rematch.
I want to
his
start with the
movie
serious
roles, and you
ones though
believed he was a
first.
good actor,
Jonak
correct?
Alarm.
Not
Who
correct.
wins?
I did not know Johnny Depp.
Probably.
I have
You
seen
knew
several of his
Probably
movies.
You
Alarm.
knew who he was,
Yes.
Really?
and you believed he
Yeah.
was a good actor.
I think Alarm's a better player, but I think Jonak is kind of freaky when it
provided
comes
Has
to
has
Expert
Jonak
designation
become
in this
like,
case
this is actually going to sound
before ever
ridiculous,
seeing
has he
Amber
become
or
somewhat
having an
underrated
opportunity
because
to
New
review
York's
any
been so
battle?
like tragic
No,
that like
absolutely not. No.
well, people don't talk about him like being like
Did
the,
not
the best
provide an
flex
expert
support in the league
designation.
anymore, or
That's-
even like when you
that's an
hear
attorney
people
Because
talk
he
about
isn't.
My opinions
right, no,
are
he
contained in
probably
my
isn't,
report.
but people like leave him out of the conversation a lot of the time.
Yeah,
He's been pretty sick, but
It's for me, like, it's really hard to judge where he's at right now because of like the new up and coming team full of there's a bunch of rookies, there's a bunch of people who have
Identification of expert witnesses
they're not
in this
rookies,
case.
but they're not really
And this
veterans
is
either.
dated February
And bringing this roster
2021.
together, there's clearly things that
A
they need to
year
work out as far as
after you went
cohesion
to
wise is
Mr.
concerned.
Depp's house,
I found
Even
Bendu.
like an individual level, like I don't know, he seems a little bit out of sorts, and maybe that's just fully due to like the team environment right now.
Oh, well, I do think the humans want to.
I feel like I'm watching a different
It's
Joe
Bendu.
than ever.
I'm just an average Joe. All I did is embarrass white women.
Like when he plays the little mini games and stuff as well, you can see how good he is just from a.
Well, Friday long.
I was playing a Zen 1v1 on stream recently against
But it's a
and
opinion.
they are
This was
weird
not
because
an
you're trying to bait
opinion.
right into each other as you're
That
is
like
bullshit,
poking
dude.
around corners, and the Discord
what it
orb you
says.
want to
That
fucking
is-
land, and so you're trying to like.
And
break
Oh,
out
yes,
the
yeah, it's
Discord orb
great.
for you, but then
Sometimes
peek at the wrong time and
makes
take
I
it
don't
right
great.
sure I
back.
understand what that means.
I is a
a very
robot.
weird
Do you understand
1v1
what a
to
silent
have,
pleading is?
but it's
No.
cool.
Do you
Yeah, I
understand
mean,
that Mr.
Jonak
Depp's
to me, he's
counsel
like fantastic at
prepared
honor and
this
Zen,
and
but
served
that's
it
like
on Ms.
it.
Heard's
Am I
Okay.
wrong here? Like Josh, please back me up. Like until
I'm
Jonak
not an attorney. I
actually
don't understand
performs
necessarily
on
all of
Moira
these
and Bat,
procedures.
he's not in the best
Are
face.
It's
you
pretty much
saying
what,
that
yeah,
Mr.
yeah.
Depp
Yeah, I mean,
is
I don't think he's
on
in the
a
conversation
You,
for best, but I
most
think
of
he's
you
still.
are violent,
I think
disgusting.
he's
We
still
live
a
pure
top
lives.
flexible.
Personality
I think
disorder.
that
We live
I
such
work
pure
with-
I
lives.
don't want to say that like
That in this
he's
case, yes.
washed or
What
anything.
compared to most of you, Phil?
Like, I don't think that at all. I think he's still
recall
incredibly
hearing that
mechanically
Mr.
gifted. I think that his
Depp
Baptiste
had used
requires a
that
good amount of
phrase.
work
So
as well as his Moira.
a coincidence
Because when you see him
that
pull out
you
the
now
Moira,
think
you
she
start going
has
like,
those
oh no, it's
attributes
over. Like as far as the match
after
is
Yeah,
concerned,
I mean-
you know, for myself.
attorneys
But
listed
Yeah.
in February
I think think that he's still an incredibly gifted
Pipes up.
Zenyatta, and like when it comes down to dual timings and poking people,
This stay on.
right clicks and whatnot, I
Check
think
one.
he's still very good.
Check two.
I just think that
My
he
opinions
looks
are based on points of
out of his comfort zone for like the first time ever with this roster this year, and I think that we given some time that it's going to improve and that they're going to look a little bit better.
It's a
And he'll get back
coincidence
into
then
his normal form that we're
you
used to
came
seeing
up
him, and I
with
just think that it's a really rough start to the season so
borderline
far.
personality disorder.
Don't get me wrong, he's incredibly
years later,
respectable, and I
after
mean,
Mr.
like, when I think of Jonah, I think of his MVP title that he very
I
much deserved,
can't speak
and
to
still,
whether or not
like,
there's a coincidence,
he
but I can tell
carries
you
some of that
that
energy
he
over, because especially in Overwatch, we have, you know,
and it's a
things
coincidence
change so quickly,
that
and 2018 was quite a while ago,
How
but he's still performing at a really high level when it comes to the offense and the other stuff. So, lots of respect for him, definitely above league average, like a really good flexibility. I just think he lacks the versatility to really, you know.
He doesn't need versatility in his N1v1 though. He's still Mystery DPS goes. If you were to ask the question, who's got a preferred hero, Fleda and Carpe on DPS, where do you want to What, to Fleda?
I think Carpe wins this. He's been pounding.
May, Farah, Sylvester,
Yeah. I think it's supposed to get away from his guy.
Yeah, I mean, what if Tracer comes in, Ash, Widow, McCree, Soldier, Hanzo. I mean,
I just don't know how good. I just don't know how good Carpe is when it comes down to projectile. Like, he might be a god, but like, I don't watch him stream. Obviously, I don't.
You've played a ton of Genji in the past.
Like, he has played. I know that he's played Genji. I mean, I think back to Carpe getting fucking when he got domed by Kyler on Volskaya back in the Apex days and whatnot. It's like, I know that he used to play Genji a lot. So I know that he can play projectile. I just don't know how up to stuff that is these days.
Yeah.
Like, on paper, I want to say that this is going to be Fleda, but Carpe also has that strange clutch potential about him. And I feel like when he can.
God, if they talk 1v1 and hammer each other.
That sounds cool, man. That would be
you know.
Well, and then the main event, which is me against Yaki. The fucking friends in the ring. This one's different though. I got in touch with John Spector recently and I asked for the rules. So I wanted to make sure the rules were in place before we began. I need to get 5 kills before Yaki gets 15. So there is still a handicap in place. I thought it was just a straight up 1v1.
That would have been boring to everybody involved.
What is the payout on this?
Whoa. What the? You're taking clips from the first day of me playing. This is from the first day.
You're getting fucking world star. This guy.
This is from the first day. I played against this guy afterwards and I clapped him, alright? So don't worry about it.
No footage of that.
Yes, no, there is. There's a lot of footage of that. Okay?
He was there on the wall back there by the 2. He would have been dead.
Get the clips from the next day, Kurt. Get the clips from the next day when I was shitting on these kids.
Do you actually think you have a shot?
So when I played against him last time, I got to 5 before he got to 20. So I just have to be a bit better than last time.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's very simple. I'm going to spend all today and tomorrow practicing Farah 1v1s from dawn till dusk. Well, I guess I've already wasted a lot today. But
It's just like in Team Fortress 2, with Farah instead.
yeah, and you float in the air instead of jumping, so it's really nothing like it. But yeah, I've been working on my Farah mechanics though. I feel like they're up to scratch. My fuel
I think
mechanics
I
have
saw
improved.
you 1v1 swing chip. You were able to defeat swing chip.
Yeah, manager down, then player next. We're gonna logically work our way up. I should take on Kuki next.
Find the clip where Gangnam Jin gets asked if he knows who Sideshow is, and then Gangnam Jin goes, "Who?"
Why did Danny even ask that question? Why did Danny set up the fucking alley-oop?
I mean, he had to see if he had to ask the actual question itself, and then so he was like, "Wait, do you know who Sideshow is?" He said, "Nope." He's like, "Okay, I won't ask about the 1v1."
Actually egoed by Gangnam Jin. Unbelievable. Get Byron back on that team. Jesus Christ.
Get Byron back.
That's my last favorite player.
Bring back Zupe. Get the Florida Mayhem back to its glory days.
Where's Chris at?
Chris? Yeah, Chris didn't like flex support.
Is there anything on the line for this 1v1 though?
$10,000.
$10,000.
$10,000. I'm not sure whether I'm legally allowed to get paid though, so I think it might end up going to a charity or something if I win. I don't know.
So
why wouldn't you just give it to a charity regardless?
Yeah, would you?
Unreal.
Why doesn't everyone give all of their money to charity regardless? Why don't all the players give all of their money to charity?
Well, you're so rich. I mean, you stream to like thousands of people, and like you get all these tier 3 subs, and you may as well.
No.
But you gotta be making at least 10K a month on Twitch.
Absolutely in no world. Not even close. We're talking about millionaires. Go attack Super. Bren has more subs than I do at the moment because he's been streaming more. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. I'm languishing down here. I just turn on my stream, do some VOD reviews, and people put me on a third monitor while they go and play Magic the Gathering instead. I'm the background entertainment. The literal
You is what you're gonna do.
What is this?
Come on, this is me getting clapped by Shadowbird.
How old are you in this clip? 15?
Yeah. No, I'm like 20, I think.
Do you feel like you've improved
okay.
since then?
Have I improved since I was playing at the level as a player?
Wait, you were playing at the top level of TF2?
I was on the second best team.
No, you weren't.
Yes, I was.
Was the second best in Europe?
Yeah,
I was about to go
Not
there.
the second best
I've
in the
had this
world.
conversation with the Fragile before.
You were around, Kurt. Is that true?
We're going to Boston, boys.
I was a bad player. I was gonna say
Hey!
I was a bad player on a
God of the Lost Sales, I lost my leg. Yar! I don't know, my brain went down there. It came back up. Mike, pretty much. Good enough. Good enough. I got one back leg. I take pills and the red doesn't go away. Understood?
My Twitter thinks that at 1 million subs on Flash Chat that we could use with box on the next.
Oh!
Absolutely. Which I was like, why would they want?
Oh! Defined by wooden wife. I'm in a window.
Set it up.
How years ago, boy? And these days, fucking sailor boy. Fuck it. I got my own to worry about. Babushka, yeah. Okay. See you at the wedding, okay? Just be a bro. And maybe take a boat over. Make a wooden one. Don't invite her. Okay? Or invite her. This is fucking, I don't know. Up to you, mister. Okay?
So while we don't want to touch on teams that are doing poorly all season long on Flat Chat, I do think that it's important that we kind of just discuss these teams as they were able to get their first wins. Because Boston in particular looked really quite poor in their opening couple of weeks. But I think this week turned things around for them. They showed what they were capable of. And yeah, it was like a rough win over London. But to me, their performance against the Washington Justice was actually pretty decent.
I don't think they're going to be a tragic team like all year long, the Boston Uprising. I think if there was like one team that performed really, really poor this stage, and like, I mean, you look at like the Gladiators, what, 2-2, like, all right, fine, maybe they get better, but like, if there was one team down near the bottom, I thought would not be near the bottom towards the end of the season, out of your like, you know, Guangzhou, Boston, New York, Titans, Spitfire, Valiant, like, I think Boston will definitely have better tournaments than this. I think they just got off to a really poor start.
Yeah, I mean, it's a mess, right? Because, like, I've said this before as well, like, they're just in a very tough position. I think I mentioned it last week, but just, like, having to flex with Valentine and 37 is just, like, very tough, because they would have loved to have Soon in this situation. Like, I think they genuinely would have been such a much better team if they had Soon here, but instead, like, Valentine has to flex over to the Tracer when they play double hit scan, and, you know, 37 is Tracer with his highlight as well. It's just a very tough situation, but overall, like, I'm confident this team will figure out how to play Overwatch when it comes to ability usage, like fight momentum, stuff like that, and that's what I think is going to really make the difference down the line this season.
Their schedule is brutal next tournament, by the way. Toronto, Washington, Paris, and Gladiators.
Is that your idea of a brutal schedule? That's not brutal schedule.
For what? That's like two playoff teams with the Defiant and the Justice. The Paris tournament haven't been tragic. I mean, the Gladiators you expect to be better than what they were.
I mean, it's not an easy schedule, but it's definitely not like they're going to get 3-0'd every match.
I think they will favour themselves against Paris. Whether they are the favourites is a different topic, but I don't think they're going to lose that. I think the game against Toronto is really winnable as well. I think that Toronto have been pretty shaky so far. Despite the fact that they're actually making it into the playoffs, I haven't been convinced yet that they're well. Yeah, they actually had some pretty close maps even against Washington. Washington have got some issues with how they're playing the run.
They got 3-0'd by the Gladiators.
That was like what, like
It's been a mess of a season. There's so many shakeups.
Their best run is that third tournament. I think they can really make a run at it. I mean, still. I mean, they play Atlanta and Vancouver. Right, Hero Force is the next tournament. Like finishing things out. Like, what if Valentine just gets to flex the entire time?
That's what I wanted to talk about. Valentine actually, I think, had a poor opening. He wasn't really showcasing what he was capable of. There was a lot of hype around him coming in. This most recent week, I think, was an opportunity to see what Valentine actually do. They were playing a lot more of the Doomfist role. He was getting some really nice engages and putting a lot of pressure on the team they were playing against. What do you guys think? It feels to me like if they get Valentine on the right role or the right hero, this team has a good player that could really carry the team.
Yeah, I mean, I think we've seen him perform pretty well on certain roles, but like Johnny mentioned, in a stretch a little bit in without Suit, right? To play the Tracer, it doesn't really seem like that's what he would ideally want to play. And now, I mean, who knows, right? Well, I think when you looked at the hero usage so far, I think like Tracer was #1, McCree was #2. So like, you know, that depending on how hero pools are done and whatnot. So if there's no Tracer, like, do you maybe see like Echo come in more, and then he can really start to flex a bit?
What, if any, injuries did you notice on this card?
Also, I'll say as well, like, Josh mentioned this on stream as well. I think Avril mentioned it in our, one of our chats as well. That like, people are starting to play this Echo Ash composition more and more as well, which is really interesting when you replace the Tracer with the Echo, but you just have so much damage output. So I wonder, as the meta develops, if this would be something they could play more consistently and would actually play to their strengths a little bit more, because the meta has shifted so far this Overwatch League season. Obviously, we came in, people were talking about Rush, Reinhardt, those type of compositions, but over time, Winston compositions have really gained ground and credibility in some of these elite tier matchups as well. So it feels like the meta is shifting, and obviously the tier pools are going to change things up massively. But this is a viable composition for Boston if they can make it work consistently.
Yeah, there's a lot of...
No, I think it's one of the teams in APAC we're looking at.
Yeah, seeing a lot more overall prevalent, and then depending on the map. Reinhardt's in there from time to time, like in the base, and then you have your impulses and whatnot. lot of versatility to it. Obviously, like Tracer's great, backline with assassins, whatnot. That most months they want those breaks, deny the rally, and all that kind of stuff. The rest of the other can use. But Echo can also assassinate people just as well as the Tracer can. And come down from one way. Each one in the sky, you're very quiet. You're coming down, and it's really hard to track your whereabouts. About it, like stealthily. Then you can just communicate to others the best moment, whether that's a diva, one connect to the matrix and help heal and get this whole struck off, the Winston just not one point one. I think it's a really good mix of having that hard hitting hit scan from the Ash, having the Echo that can new people. She also plays extremely well off of Ash, because if Ash gets 1-2 dings on a tank and then you're there to shoot somebody, then the tank comes out of the fight. There's really good combo potential there as well. So I think it's an increased level of versatility. It seems to have a really good cohesion.
Or is it more about finding a style like Dallas where they lean into the fact that they don't have one and try and craft comps that work well for them, like the
But even Dallas, if you say they don't have a Tracer and you know he's not the best, but Sparkle will still play it, and it's not like a throw pretty good. Yeah,
I wouldn't say that. He's not like Valentine's Tracer. Like he's got plenty of highlights. I remember watching the other day after the last match for like Bulldog. He'll like bomb or something. So like he's able to pull off combos and whatnot with back and grabs and just find good sticks. It's not like he's like tragically bad at night. He's not like outlaw sheet of one. Tracer players. But I think that them leaning into it, kind of like Dallas feel, I think it'd be a little bit better. I'm trying to see somebody right now given the landscape of like 40 people. Like I'm sure there's still a good amount of like there's probably still a good amount of like American talent who we can pull in. That at this point you might just be finding put them in, and you're limiting the options. To swap around what your opponents are going to run. So I don't know if that's better than leaning into it. I think that's probably the best thing we can do.
Well, I wonder with how like the Dallas tool played, if other teams look at that, and typically in the past it's been like, oh hey, you guys should just play what you're good at, right? You don't have a player in this role, just try and play something different. But we've never really seen that like succeed at the level that they're doing it at, where maybe teams will then look.
Are you a psychologist? Should you be throwing around terms like that?
Really try.
Are you and are you?
Because Dallas. They don't. I brought it up when we were
so who's here?
Casting, but
what do you think?
McCree's
is
the
that?
most picked DPS at 43% right now. They have picked McCree 0% in the stage, which is like typically you've seen a team. Even if they don't play the meta, they fall back on some stuff a little bit in certain situations, but. The other teams know they're not going to play that. They know they're not going to play that, but they're still able to craft creative stuff around it and make it work. So I wonder how their success changes the rest of the league kind of going forward.
Yeah,
I think it's a tough comparison because Dallas Fuel have Fearless and Hanbin as a tank line, and they obviously put a lot of resources into that, and that's why they can also get away with it because they're so crucial to just like playing the pace they're playing as well, the engagements. I mean, it's so perfect. Like people were legitimately and understandably talking about Fearless as the best main tank in the Overwatch League right now, and I think that has credibility to it.
If there was an MVP for the tournament thus far, it would have to be Fearless. I think he's been that good.
Probably, yeah. So I think for Boston Uprising, it's all about finding like an advantage.
Yeah,
in roles
listen, I got fucking. I tell you what, I get fucking shoes on. I'm fucking got chasing shit. Once, man, fucking weed and fucking awesome fucking shit.
Because if they had a legitimate hit scan player,
I'm high. That's what I'm gonna say. I'm coming downstairs and I just walking around like I'm fucking high on mushrooms, right?
And they would be able to rely on their DPS more, which would make it easier for staff.
Alright, I gotta go.
Easier for Myeonbong and